queen.
Oh my gosh, I'm sad that we missed a week in the living room.
I know.
But it wasn't our fault, viewers and listeners. We come to the stew, and the stew was booked.
The stew was booked,
Yeah.
booked and busy.
Yeah, yep.
But welcome me, welcome you.
Welcome everyone back.
This is my early morning voice.
Mm-hmm.
If I sound extra Beyonce today.
Oh yeah.
But what was playing in the living room, good sis?
That was My God by Chief Soul on Instagram, or Chief Ray, and it is a worldwide exclusive premiere.
You get those super exclusives on the living room.
Yes, absolutely. So Queen, let's kick it off.
Kick it
with
up.
month in review.
Month in review.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
You want to go? Okay, so I went to the Justyn concert in my life.
Oh, yes. Yes, you did.
So,
and I was not invited. Cindy never invites me to things. I want y'all to know that.
I apologize. It just be spur of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, I saw him, this 6 foot tall man on this little mini bike. He's like a little baby bike rolling around the stage. And he's just so dope. His music is so cool. Like, his newest album is called 85 to Africa. And I listened to him do an interview basically talking about how, this is the year of the return type of thing. And that's essentially what the album is about, is this idea that we're all connected. There's like a certain part in the beginning of one of his songs that literally talks about how what connects us is the fact that we're African, and that there should be a highway to get to Africa from the United States. And so, like, if you look at the album artwork, it's like a 85, like a highway sign inside of Africa. And then it's him trying to talk about his connection between, I think he grew up in Atlanta or like in the Georgia area, but being a part of the diaspora and having a father who's Nigerian. So it was actually, I think this is also my morning voice. It sounds a little deep too.
We're masculine today.
I know, right? But yeah, he was just up there looking like a guy. He's put on some weight. He's a thickums.
We love a thickum.
Yeah.
We do love a thickum.
Yeah. He had like you could buy passes to meet him after the concert, and I really started to do it. But I met Miguel, and it was so like, it was nice, but it was so like, hey, picture, bye, because he has all these people to see. So I was like, if I can have a legit conversation with this man, because he had got on stage and he was talking about Kwame Nkrumah and Sekou Touré and how they came to the United States. These were African people who came to the United States and studied at HBCUs and then went back home and founded nations. Like Nkrumah founded, I think it's Ghana. And I can't remember the other one, but yeah. And I was just like, wow, it'd be so dope to talk to him about these things, like to talk to him about different leaders from our past. Or
you should have did the meet and greet and just slipped him your business card.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Website card,
because the whole thing was only $100.
Shameless plug. Check out sidthegreat.com for some dope ass blogs,
which
on
is
museums and books and the things.
It's still available. I'm just taking a break from blogging because filmmaking now.
Yeah, super busy.
Yeah, so
anytime somebody asks me about you or what you doing, I'll be like, super busy, working woman.
Yeah, I'll be out here and about here. So yeah, there's that, and the concert was amazing. It was a really, really good time. It was just. And he got up there. I love when people are weird. He got up there and started playing his guitar, and he's wearing this like fur looking cape thing. And
fur, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but not real fur. I don't think. I don't know. But then it was just amazing. He was making faces. He was on a little bike, like I said, like a pedal bike, not like a motorbike.
Is it a Fillmore?
Yeah, on that little stage, he just biking around.
Yeah, I'm sure he.
And I was like, yeah, this is great. So yeah, there was that. I also wanted to talk about Power. Have you seen it?
Damn it!
Are you caught up? You not caught up? Oh my God.
No.
Don't watch my story then.
Like, okay, what's today? Thursday. No, I did not watch Power.
You didn't watch the finale?
No. Wait, the last thing I seen was Ghost Get Shot.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah,
spoiler.
I'm caught up. Woohoo.
Yeah.
But that's like, that's mid-season finale, right?
Yeah, but it's like, there's no more coming on until January 5th. So like, if you've seen that, you've seen everything.
Okay, yeah, I'm caught up. Hey, I'm caught up for once.
Woo, listen. This is how you kill a character. That fall.
Who says he's killed?
And that he's dead. Let me tell you why. It's not the gunshot that makes me think he's dead, but if he hit that floor, because he's way up there. Look at how long he was falling. I was like, oh, he gonna smash his head up. But Malcolm was saying that, he was like, he can't imagine having 5 episodes without Omari Hardwick in them. And I was like, true that. Like, I feel like we could wrap this up in one episode.
He's at most dramatic, he's gonna be in the hospital.
You think so? No,
I don't think he's dead on site.
I do.
I don't think we could possibly be that lucky, me and Tasha. Me and Tasha Green. We could not.
And
be
you know what
lucky.
makes me like, I will be incensed if anybody shot him other than the 3 main people who are Tariq. which would still piss me off. Not Ghost. Tommy or Tasha. If any of them other hoes, if it's fucking Sax or Angela's sister or Tate, none of y'all have a right. Like, you're appropriating the right of these actual people who have been through the mud with this man. You're stealing their ability. Like, this is not okay. If it's Sax, this is racism. Because you stole this opportunity from this black woman, from a black woman and this black child and this black on the inside man.
Tommy. Yeah, I would say Tommy or Tariq. I don't want Tasha to kill him, even though I would have already done that a long time ago.
The reason why I think it's Tariq now is because like I went back, so I try to like rewatch the episodes before we come in here, so I have like the things to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And you prepared?
I feel like
who does that?
I know, right? I feel like they set it up to be Tariq the entire episode.
Yeah.
I feel like the scene, because what somebody had pointed out to me though, because
it wasn't gonna be the lesbian with the deep ass voice who talks like the lady from Monsters Inc. It's not her.
The cop?
Yeah.
No, she didn't. But she wasn't one of the people though.
She was on the way there.
Yeah, but she was on the way to arrest him.
But everybody was on the way there.
Oh, so
that's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying it wasn't her.
Oh yeah. I think it's Tariq because like foreshadowing. The scene where it's him and Ghost sitting down. He's like, I gave Breeze a second chance, but he wasn't willing to take that second chance, so I had to take him out. That was Tariq's first chance right there. But then he shows back up at the club again, and he's like, "You sure you don't?" Basically, he's like, "You sure you don't want to go to jail for me?" And so I think that was like, this is my second chance, and now I'm about to take you out because you're standing in the way.
He was like, Dad, you promised. He was like, well, I changed my mind. I'm like, what kind of?
Let me tell you something. If this was anybody other than Tariq, I would feel bad. But I was like, also, same. Your ass need to go to jail. I'm sick of you getting away with everything. Like, he ain't suffered for nothing he has done the whole 6 seasons.
Fuck that.
His
daddy won't shit.
This man stole drugs from Tommy. And when I tell you.
And he set his dad and Tommy up to either die or get this money.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I don't want him to go to jail for him. He'd go to jail for anybody else on the show. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But not Tariq, because I just want him to suffer for his poor ass decision making. His sister is dead.
Entitled rich kids.
His supposed father is also dead.
When he was at the gravesite and turns around and Tasha's there, he's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I was like...
excuse me, who wrote that part? Because I have questions. How you gonna ask the mother of your child what she's doing at her child's grave that you've never been to before? And I fucking hate this nigga.
I feel like it had to be a setup for her to say that, like for her to be able to say, I come here every week. Like, I feel like that's why they wrote that, because otherwise I also was kind of like...
No, they could have found another way, because I was like, who the fuck do you think you are, Ghost? Like, you done told this woman, don't come in my house. Don't come in our home that we have. Like, you gonna try to tell me not to come to my child's shit when it's your fault she's dead?
I would just like to say, I've never seen someone talk so much shit in one episode in my entire life. Like, I was like...
Who, Ghost?
Yes.
He's trash. I fucking hate him.
He said, Tate, you ain't... I've stole your position, bitch. How you feel? Then he's talking, you need me. I was like, oh, God. I was looking at everybody like, he is talking a lot of shit.
I hate him so much. I hate you so much.
Damn, he jacked Tasha up first. Oh, my God.
Oh, wait. And I think he's supposed to be here in
We
Charlotte
didn't talk about
somewhere.
the mush heard around the world.
Oh, when he biffed her in the face.
Mushed her. He mushed her with just his finger, not the whole palm.
And that meme going around by her hairline. Y'all are going to hell.
What hairline?
It was that picture of her with a snatched ass ponytail, and they're like, before, after. And wow, she looked like Naomi Campbell. But wow, y'all ain't shit, and he ain't shit. And first of all, on God, his finger would have been broke off. On God.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so
on much. Raina, I'm breaking your finger off. You fucking touch me like that. Period.
Yeah, she was wild. But there's many. I'm sure there's many. Oh, the last thing I just want to say is that the police are trash. I just knew Blanca was better than this, and that hoe really went up in there and made what's Dragon Nose boy's name? Timmy.
You just call him Dragon Nose?
He got a big nose. It's wide.
It's wide. That man can smell the sun come up. That's a large nose.
So yeah, him. He went in there and made him lie.
Dre.
Yeah, I was like, damn, sis. I was like, so
because everybody knows they have to do like something illegal in order to get this motherfucker, because he just keeps slipping through fingers.
Yeah.
Like Sax is like, let's go plant a whole telephone. I'm like, I know y'all be planting shit all the time, but please do better.
Yeah, and then the fact that she fell for that shit, like her boss was like, you think he was dumb enough? And we've been here before. Y'all really think he dumb enough to leave a gun at his fucking fucking club. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with this. I'm sure they got security cameras in the hallway. So let's say Ghost is not dead and is going to go to jail for this. I'm sure they're going to see Sax walking up to his room by himself on security cameras and then leaving. And it's being like, what? Phone wasn't in there before that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, the police are trash. Every single one of y'all. I just knew Blanca was better than this. And when she turned and flipped and started doing illegal shit, I was like, damn, y'all all trash. And you was mad at Angela for being trash. And look, you even trashier than she is, because I don't remember Angela planting no shit on nobody. She did definitely, well, actually, she did that to Kanan.
I'll say.
But Kanan was dead, so it's not as bad.
Let the dead man take the fall.
Right. But yeah, that's it. I just had to say the things.
All right. I think mine can go. I have 3.
Okay.
First 2 can go by quickly.
I got like one more, I think.
So first, I just wanted to say that Kodak Black is going to prison for 46 months on some gun charges.
Why do people count the months? How many years is that?
That's almost 4 years.
Okay.
It's like 3.
Just like when somebody be like, my baby 46 months old. I'm like, bitch, how many years is that?
So Kodak Black is going to prison.
For what?
So he bought guns lying about his criminal record.
Oh.
So, but they were the state of Florida was trying to throw the book at him and give him 8 to 10 years because he, assaulted a guard and who ended up in the hospital. But for whatever reason, the judge was like, yeah, but he was high on a substance whenever he did that. He wasn't in his right mind. So, nah, which I thought that was kind of crazy. But anyway, he's getting 46 months and he's like, oh my God, hold me down, whatever. I'm going to be calling shots from the box. That was his caption. To which I just say good riddance. I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to say fuck you very much, and I don't care.
Okay. Wasn't he in jail the first time for like rape or something with
sexual
misconduct?
Well, he definitely had some rape charges against him. I don't know if they stuck or not, but I only say that because he was talking shit about dark-skinned women and has his entire career. Oh. So if you expected anybody to hold you down, I hope all them pretty-ass light-skinned girls that you wanted to hold you down will do so. However, if they have eyeballs, they will not. Because that man is a troll. Mm-hmm. He's like equally as ugly as Young Thug. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Walking diseases.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah, but he, all the shit that he talk about dark-skinned women, he talk about somebody hold him down, I would guess it would have to be the fellow, I'm not putting my mouth on this, fellow dark-skinned men and light-skinned women, I guess. Mm-hmm. Next thing before I get to my long one is about Kanye West, who will be having his church service or his Sunday service at the mega church of Joel Osteen, who, if we all remember, was not letting hurricane victims into his precious mega church.
But I heard that something was wrong with it at the time.
He said it was flooded. It was not.
It wasn't? Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, it was not flooded. And so I brought this up for one because fuck Kanye, but also because there's 45,000 seats in this mega church. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be viewed by 10 million people on TV, blah, blah. It's going to be streamed on Sirius XM. And I just so as soon as I saw Joel Osteen, when I see Kanye West, I roll my eyes in disgust. When I saw Joel Osteen, I rolled my eyes extra hard because I was like, this is how you know this motherfucker is a coon. You gonna go perform your precious Sunday service at this church that wouldn't even let hurricane victims in and from the poorest parts of the city? Mm. Black people, they weren't gonna let them in this church when the city was flooded. The church was not flooded because he eventually, after he got all that heat online, he did open up the church, but he didn't do it initially. Mm-hmm. Instead, it was because of flooding, but there wasn't any flooding. Oh, mm-hmm. So yeah, just another fuck Kanye. That's a daily tweet.
Okay. Kanye went and performed at Howard, and there were many people on many sides of things feeling many kinds of ways when he went up there. I don't even have an opinion on Kanye anymore. I really don't know what the hell is going on. I'm just like, so you're doing gospel? And people will be in my class who are not black. Not to say all black people agree, of course, on anything, because we all have different opinions, but anybody who, when they're not black and they go, oh yeah, did y'all listen to that new Kanye album? I'm just like,
oh yeah. I get annoyed when black people talk about it, but when white people do, I'd be like, just just don't need.
Yeah, because again, I think it's just that lack of that ability to connect across cultural lines that like this man literally said. And I don't even, and mind you, because this is the thing, I was not angry with him about the whole slavery was a choice thing, because I understand that when you are uneducated about the ingenious of slavery as a system, that it would be very easy to say that. I was sitting in class with someone in college in an African American studies class, and a student asked that. He was like, well, why didn't they just rebel? I had a friend ask me that recently, like it was so many more of us on the plantation than it was of them. So why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? But I think when you don't understand and you don't know, that you could definitely make that what sounds like an idiotic assumption. But now that I know better, I'm looking at it like, oh, I know why this is dumb, but let's have a teachable moment.
But he also uses the opportunity of his church, which was originally not supposed to be any praying or preaching, but now I guess he likes to grab the mic and go on his tangents about the Republican Party and how we all need to vote for them and how they freed the slaves, and how he's obviously never been in a history class that talked about the switch of the platforms of the two parties. He's just so stupid to me, and it's just like, to use your platform to be loud and wrong, golly, like, pick one. You can't be loud and wrong. Like, you just simply cannot. He just annoys the shit out of me. And to me, the Yeezys are the new red hats, so have fun rocking those things, kids.
I'll see some, and then I'll be like, no, sorry, I forgot I'm not supposed to buy these. And then I'll just immediately close the page. I'll be like, oh, because I'll get emails from Adidas, and they'll be like, oh, Yeezy, new Yeezy. And I'll click on it, and I'll be like, oh, never mind, actually, I can't buy this anyway, so whatever.
God, they just look like MAGA hats to me at this point. I'm so sick of seeing them.
Well, I could completely understand why you would associate it as such, because they are friends. And didn't Trump tweet about him or something like it?
Oh, lots of times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because this motherfucker thinks that when he invites Steve Harvey and Ray Lewis and Kanye West and all those people, I think it was while he was still campaigning before he won the presidency, he thinks inviting those people is like, okay, I got the black vote now. This is the African American community that he talked to that supports him. This is the African American. When we were all confused, like, who the hell he talked to? These are the ones. Oh, and Ben Carson. That's it. Too, yeah. Those are his idea of the black community. Like, he clearly needs black friends, which is in my Sounds About White when we get to it later.
Okay, wonderful. Did you want to switch back, or you want to do your
go ahead.
Okay, so this one is the one that I heavily researched.
Okay.
This is about the Harriet movie.
Okay.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not. I saw interesting reviews on that.
Yes, so the things.
White saviors?
Oh no, that actually wasn't the centerpiece of my conversation. So for those of y'all who don't know, there is a movie out. It is about the life of Harriet Tubman. I do not know too much about the plot because y'all know I don't watch previews and things.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I want to see it, but
so that's what I'm getting to. So it's played by Cynthia Erivo, which I pray I'm pronouncing her name right. I did so much research, I would hate to get up here and pronounce her name wrong. But our good sis is African British. And not African American, and has much criticism of the things that she has said about the African American community as she plays a descendant of slaves. So I wanted to bring up a couple different things. So Samuel Jackson was doing an interview. I actually did not look up the source, but he was talking about how all these African American parts have been given to Africans. And I think we might have talked about this briefly on another podcast, but like when we think about it, so you have Cynthia Erivo playing Harriet Tubman. The gentleman who played Martin Luther King in Selma is also African. Who else? I'm trying to think of who off the top of my head I thought of when I was thinking about this. Get Out, the guy from Get Out. Number one is Daniel Kaluuya. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Number one, playing in the movie Get Out as, again, African American and playing such a pivotal role for African American people. But then also now he's about to play Fred Hampton in the biopic, which just off of looks, I think is a terrible choice. Like, I think Nate Parker would have made a magnificent, both acting ability and looks. Like, I think if they had him grow his hair out into that like Afro look that Fred Hampton had, he would have made a perfect both. Like, I think when you can get somebody who looks like and can act well, that's perfect. So I don't know why they didn't choose him. It might be because of the rape controversy, because I feel like he disappeared after Birth of a Nation, and right when Birth of a Nation came out, that's when all the controversy about the alleged rape.
I remember that.
Yeah. So so again, you got him playing that part, and so and then also, yes, the white savior criticism. But so what Cynthia Erivo is getting all this backlash for saying is she tweeted, it was some 2013 tweets, but she said they were taken out of context, and that she hasn't been given the opportunity to explain. But she said that she's never spoken terribly about any people. And so she said, so it was a tweet that literally, like, it's like in quotation marks or in parentheses. And she's like, in my ghetto American accent. And then she starts like typing like ebonically, if that makes sense, if that's a word. But she was saying that tweet was from a song she wrote. The tweet was about her celebrating a song she wrote when she was 16. And I just... my thing is if you did say something negative, I just would rather you just say, oh yeah, I said that shit. Like, I wish people could just go, oh, yeah, I did that, and either I'm sorry or I'm not sorry. I would just have more respect for you if you just said, yeah, I did that shit. I.e., so to some extent, small extent, like when Trump says these horrible shitty things, I'm like, well, at least he's saying them out loud and not a closet racist. You know, at least we know his ass is racist. So to that extent, like with people like that, with people who do things that I don't agree with, I'm like, well, at least you stand by that shit. I.e., even the judge in the case that we were talking about, the Bajan. Wait, that's not how you say his name. Jean. You know what I'm talking about? What's in Texas? Botham Jean. Botham Jean. Like the judge, she was like, no, I stand by my decision. I'm like, I respect this. Don't just apologize because you're getting flack. Like, I appreciate that kind of thing. So Cynthia Erivo has also played Celie in The Color Purple, which she also is about to be the youngest person to have an EGOT, because the only other black woman, I think, to have it in general is Whoopi Goldberg, but she's on her way there because she's gotten everything but, I think, an Oscar for, again, her role as Celie. But it's just so interesting to see her play these pivotal African-American parts, because she's also now about to play Aretha Franklin soon. And so I just want to talk about who has the right to play these parts, because when I was doing my research, I was like, well, on the other side of that, we've seen, for instance, Morgan Freeman played Nelson Mandela, who is African, but this is an African-American playing that part. So I think that we crossed that line a lot.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And so I hadn't thought about that before. Like, of course, being African-American, I'm just like, why is he playing that part? Like,
especially sometimes because as an African-American, you just be like, black is black.
Right.
It's black is black.
Right. And so I thought about it, because then I'm like, well, she didn't make the choice to be born African British. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying that I navigate through this life, and when I enter a room, whether I'm in England or I'm over here, the first thing people see is that I'm black. So I'm still a black woman. So and again, so that part I could understand, but again, I just want her to, again, if the tweets were wrong, I just wish she would go, yeah, I said that shit and I'm sorry. I have learned. Because I'm pretty sure playing this Harriet Tubman role was a teachable moment for her, hopefully. Because she was saying that
I'm sure, especially if you had to get into character, like, you had to do plenty of research.
Yeah.
Plenty of research.
And so after doing all this research just to talk about it on the podcast, because at first I was like, I'm not going to see that shit. She said, what, about black people? Okay, girl, nope, I'm good. But there was a lot of hard work that went into her playing this role. So I decided I'm going to go see it because of the hard work that she put in. She is climbing cliffs in the film in period attire. So in Harriet Tubman 1800 clothing, this woman had to climb a cliff 12 to 15 different times because they had to get 12 to 15 different takes of it. So there's the physical exertion of that. She hired a dialect coach. She had to do horseback stunts, running over and over and over again because it is an action film. This woman is literally running away to freedom. She had to cross a river in negative 30-degree weather. So when I read all that, I was like, I literally have to go see this.
That's
Number
interesting.
one,
Where'd you find that?
all the stuff that she did. It was interviews of her and the director. So it's directed by a woman, cool. African American woman named Cassie.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
Through directing.
Cassie Lemons, who did 7 months of research because she wanted to tell a round story. She said this is a freedom story and not a slavery story. And Cassie Lemons, if I'm not mistaken, directed Eve's Bayou, or was some way involved with Eve's Bayou, which is another pivotal black film from back in the day. They had like Megan. Have you seen it before?
I don't
It's got
think
Megan
so.
Good, Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's a good one.
You know me, black films. Hey, you know what I watched the other day?
What?
Love Jones.
Oh, fucking hate that movie. Did you like it?
I don't know. I wasn't like giving it all my attention, to be honest.
Oh,
But I was
okay.
like, I'm blackening up.
Yeah, I actually had a long conversation.
I got another hole punch for my black card.
I had a long conversation with Brittany the other day about how people like rave about that movie. Like apparently,
Love Jones?
Yeah, there was.
I actually do love almost all things. Actually, all things Nia.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Aisha's lip touched the mic, y'all. And she needs a moment.
I'm disgusted.
You feel like a water bug now?
I'm disgusted.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. As you were saying.
Oh God. I love Nia Long.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a shit, and especially Nia Long in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
shift the culture.
God, she's just so beautiful, and I think she's
especially
so talented.
best man, kneel alone. With short character.
I don't want to hear about no goddamn peas. I'm emotional. I'm horny.
The delivery. That is honestly the most iconic scene in that movie, and I dare somebody to argue with me.
I don't know if I like the movie because I really didn't pay that much attention, but I thought it was a cute movie overall. I didn't watch all the details, but I did watch the whole movie.
And what I had to talk about when I see, because I saw that movie as an adult, so I'm like, maybe half the shit I really rave about is because I saw it as a child and I was like grandfathered in. Because I think if I had seen Love Jones when I was little like everybody else, and I probably would love it too. Like I had to take that into consideration because when I saw it, I was like, "This what y'all? This okay? Mind my business." But okay,
love a good love story.
But yeah. So before we get on the tangent, I caught that tangent just now. I am going to go see the film because I just want to see what they did with her story. Like, I want to see how they're telling this Harriet story. Yeah. Especially listening to, and there is definitely a white savior in there. I have heard that criticism also.
Yeah. That's one of the main things. Actually, that's really the only thing.
That you saw?
Yeah,
and so for me.
People are like, God, I'm so sick of seeing this. I'm like, you know, we all are.
And see that when people say they're so sick of slavery movies, I'm like, no, I will never be tired of slavery movies.
I don't think it was that.
That's no. I know what I'm saying. Oh, so I was bringing that up to say, but what I am tired of is white saviors. But I also understand. It's like one of them things where it's like the entire way that I pretty much approach anything at this point is that kind of like I'm gonna get what I can take. Like I'm glad y'all finally telling this story because it probably took a lot of years to get this on films. Mm-hmm. But I'm still gonna critique you. So it's like, excuse me, Miss Cassie Lemons, I appreciate what you've done here, but what the fuck is this white savior shit? And then she can go, what's not my fault? It's the producers. And then I can go.
And here's the thing. We're not going to pretend like white people aren't pivotal in black people's success in some way, but to give them like, no, this was Jesus. It literally, like this, like I like when you actually, I don't know if I've even seen it. Like if you could watch a movie on like something historic and see that, yeah, like there were people who helped along the way because it's about unity if you want to get somewhere. But when you make it like Black Panther, like they wouldn't have won if that white man wasn't driving a spaceship. Like you can have them in their little roles, but if you make them as a savior, or this wouldn't have happened if they weren't there, like it just or
making up whole ass characters like Hidden Figures. When I tell you.
I mean, please slap me harder in the face, please.
Right.
Punch me in my throat.
So, and it's like you'll be watching a movie and you be like, I like Black Panther. I was like, yes, this movie was perfect. And then you were like, white savior. And I was like, God damn it. Like we were this close. But I think that I think that a lot goes into the white savior thing. Because you
can't make a movie like that and not make white people feel bad. Like people just, they can't stand to make white people feel bad. I'm like, you don't see no Nazi Germany fucking videos about the Holocaust where people get to walk out feeling good about themselves. No, you're going to be sad because you know what? There was some fucked up shit that went on.
Yeah.
But yet, black people are forever massaging white people's feelings.
Yeah, I think with the white savior thing, I can think of two different things. Number one, when we don't own the studios or the production companies and things like that, then you get white people involved in telling the story, like i.e. Marvel. I'm sure it's white owned. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like Ryan Coogler, yes, is making this movie with this black costume designer and this person or this black that person, this overall black cast. But when Marvel is owned by white people, then they get to say the things. And then also we have our own internalized white supremacy because everything we've seen up until this point has these white saviors. So we don't even know if it's a conscious thing, right? Because I went and saw Black Panther and I sat there and watched that white man save the world and did not even catch it until you said white savior. I didn't even realize that the white man in Hidden Figures wasn't even a real person until somebody made a video about it and was like, wait a minute, fake and white savior. So say that to say, I think that it's already in some of us, and on top of that, then we don't own the production means. So it's so easy to have these things slip into the story. So again, so that's why for me, I'm like, I'm gonna go see this. I'm gonna criticize Cynthia Erivo in the meantime. And I'm going to criticize whoever was involved in putting this white savior in there. But I'm going to go see it out of respect for Harriet Tubman and all the things she's done. And then just wanting to have this as a base for my own research about who this woman was. Because I've never sat down and researched Harriet Tubman before.
You know what? I just randomly thought about this. Like, just like honoring your living legends and stuff. I think it'd be cool to meet her descendants.
Who?
Harriet.
Oh yeah, and Cynthia Erivo went and met them, and she was saying that their family was happy with the film, which doesn't really hold much weight to me because I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Like I remember somebody sent me an interview. Oh, somebody was like, yeah,
is her family Northern?
Who?
Harriet Tubmans. Would they be Northern?
I'm not sure. I don't know nothing about Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, I want to meet them. I want to ask them questions.
Other than the fact that she was saving people's lives. So, but yeah, they're definitely still alive.
That to me, I was gonna say that would be a point to make, because if they are Northern, I mean, and they have this historic context of their family, but they were born and raised in the North with Quakers and etc. After her time, then they of course might see it necessary to have white saviors. Yeah, that of course would not bother them.
Yeah, your context is environment is very important.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I just wanted to bring that up and say that I actually have decided to go see it, because we had group chats where we were basically like, I ain't going to see that shit, and then I was like, actually, I've done the research, and just off that, all that hard work, 7 months of research. I love to hear people say they did some research. So I'm sure the story, of course, it's going to have some things in it that probably aren't true, because they got to sell movie tickets. That's why there's a difference between biopics and documentaries. But I definitely do want to see it though. So I'm gonna go see it. Hopefully this weekend, maybe next weekend. I gotta work this weekend. So yeah, that's that on that, Queen. What's your you got one last month in review?
Yeah, one last one, and this one actually really breaks my heart to talk about. Okay. It's about T.I.
Oh, that's my Sexpectations.
Oh, okay.
But we can talk. I mean, I don't know what to.
Well, yeah, mine is about.
I'm guessing the Hymen.
Yeah.
Oh, listen. I just want to say one thing before you get started. One thing.
Okay.
I remember you were like, I want my kids to talk like T.I. And I don't remember if I said this to you.
I love T.I. and I'm so sad.
I don't remember if I was talking to you or if it was somebody else, but I was like, my vernacular is not an indication of my intelligence level. And so back to that, you can use big ass words and still do idiotic shit.
Oh,
so that's why I'm like, I'm not impressed by big words, because I can use them too. I know how to throw them around also.
Oh God.
But
I don't remember where. I think I was in the club. And I was on my phone for something. I think I had took like a video. And then the first thing on my timeline was something about like T.I. checks his daughter's hymen and like goes with his daughter to her doctor visits. And I was like, eh? And I was like, huh, that's weird. And my friend was like, no, Aisha, that's real. I'm like, nah. And they're like, no, Aisha, he really said that. Like he said it. I'm like, out of his mouth? And they were like, yes, with words? Yes, Aisha, that's what he said. He said I'm like, I don't think this happened. When I listened to the podcast, I was like, no.
I told you.
What in the holy red fuck, blue fuck is this?
I told you.
Oh, God. Tip. What the fuck?
Have you that video you posted on your story last night of all his daughters dancing around, and then the girl? It was so funny because I literally went to the comments because I knew somebody said it. They were like, "Poor, poor Deja. She wanted to dance, but she knew her daddy was watching."
Right.
I was like, and not even just talking about that and all of the problems with that, but just the fact that he has said this out loud, and so now the entire world is looking at this child differently.
Okay, so this is where I'm at. Like I saw people like arguing because opinions are assholes. I saw people arguing like, okay, just because y'all parents weren't involved and had y'all fucking at 14 and handing y'all condoms and blah blah blah, which kind of get that.
I disagree with
the other hand, violating a whole individual's privacy. It is not your business what I do with my twat at almost any age. Like, I mean, of course, but I think that's where you have to think about the line. Okay, well, you want to make sure your kids are protected. You maybe want to check it, 13, make sure your baby isn't doing grown things. I don't know. I don't know where the cutoff age is. Right. I just know I was extremely uncomfortable hearing that because I was like, my father would never. Mm-hmm. Furthermore, why couldn't her mother take her? Why do you think it's necessary to be like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to have a concert today, but my doctor got a doctor's appointment, and it's imperative that I know if she's a virgin or not. Especially because the way he worded it wasn't like, I want to make sure I want to make sure she hasn't been taken advantage of or she's hurt or, that she feels uncomfortable talking to me about things. It was simply to know if she was a virgin or not. It was simply to know if my daughter's fucking, which that to me is none of your business. What's consensual, what's... I guess like in the age group, because again, you don't want your 15-year-old daughter having sex with a 30-year-old man. That is your business. But I don't know where the line is. But I was like, not only is this disturbing, but at the same time, I'm like, how you choose to father your child, I guess is your business between you and your daughter. Because your daughter, I would hope, maybe she doesn't, but I would hope that she knows and feels comfortable saying, Daddy, I officially don't want you at my doctor's appointment no more.
And she obviously does not.
Which the way it was worded when he was like, oh yeah, this paperwork, yeah, sign it, and kind of eyeballing her or whatever, however it went. I don't know that she knows that she's allowed to say no.
Yeah.
And of course, if that's your dad and your dad's making that decision, of course he's not gonna tell you that you have the option. Or if you say, "Daddy, I don't want you in here," he's gonna be, "Oh, so you fucking now." Like that was disturbing to me by itself. That whole situation is disturbing. But again, your household, your daughter. I don't know what it's like to have a teenage daughter. I don't know what it's like to be a man who obviously ain't shit to his women in his past. So, I don't know that story. But what I will say is to publicly put the eyes on your daughter like that, if you truly value her, you value her life, her privacy, which is her virginity, if you truly value that, then you wouldn't have put that out for the whole world to know. Because you as a grown man should know more than anybody that when a woman says she's a virgin, it doesn't make men say, "Oh, okay, well, I ain't gonna mess with that." Right. Men are they're like animals about that shit. Like, "Oh, she's a virgin, I can't wait to be the one to take it." Like, that's what they think. They're gonna get more excited over a virgin than they are over a quote unquote hoe. Mm-hmm. Because to them, it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. Like, that's going to be something that excites them. So I'm like, if anything, now you got all these nasty-ass, grown-ass men excited to take your child's virginity. Because any man that goes to talk to her now is going to be thinking about that. Well, she's a virgin. At least I know I got a clean, pure, holy, lily white virgin. Like, and that disturbed me more than anything. So, T.I., I'm very disappointed, for one, that that's what you do in your household. But again, y'all's business. So I shouldn't know that your daughter's a virgin. Right. It's not my business, and it's not anybody else's.
Was heavily disturbed by the fact that he also worded it like, "Yeah, just give me my results back." Excuse me.
Oh,
sorry.
I don't think I recognized that part.
Yeah, I did. That stuck out to me a whole lot because I was like, because I thought about that. It went back to that idea that people really think they own their children, like they own their bodies.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. Like, your kids are not yours. Like, they are their own person.
Yeah. And so when he said, "Give me my results back," I was like, "Oh, okay, so you one of them people that think that, like you're one of those people who going to catch an attitude about what their daughters do to their hair, what their daughters do to their, whether they get tattoos." And it's like you said, you don't know where the line is. And so I know, of course, there are going to be people who say like, "Yeah, that's just," I knew people were going to say that, just because y'all out here fucking at 10, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, this is my mentality on things.
Not only that, but she was 17, her last one. Mm-hmm. Or 18. No, she was 18. Because he said, he's proud to say that she's still a virgin at 18.
Yeah. And
first of all, I'm a whole adult.
Yeah. And my thing is that I don't think that you can stop anybody from doing anything they want to do, period. And I think that when you put that much restrictiveness on someone, that just makes them. That's why, when every person I know that is a preacher's child was the wildest fucking person I'd ever met. Like, in college, people be, "Oh, yeah, my daddy a pastor." And I'm like, but you the most drinkingest,
the whole football team.
You the most sex havingest, the most wild. And it's like, mind you, that's your business by all means. But I'm just saying, I think when people grow, just based off of my experience, when people grow up in any kind of restrictive nature, they do the exact opposite of that shit. Yeah. I feel like my job as a parent would be to provide you with information to say, hey, if I were you, I would wait, because everybody I know that didn't regretted that shit. But do your thing. I'm gonna give you everything you need to be protected. I'm gonna hope that you ain't out here fucking nobody that's not of age. I'm gonna do everything I can to stop that. Mm-hmm. But even that, I feel like you just gotta, I guess, I don't know how that works, but in my head, I just be like, all I'm gonna try to do is set you up with everything you need to make good decisions, but I can't make you do or not do anything. So,
and I have to
essentially,
say
I'm mind my business.
That,
which is why I don't want
again,
children.
I don't know if she knows that she has a choice. And I'm going to explain that some more in a minute. So, again, I think I'm more disgusted by the fact he publicly made that announcement. Because to me, that's just like, you just threw your baby girl to the hyenas.
I'm disgusted that he goes at all. I'm sorry.
I think it's strange. Okay. But, again, I just feel like, I guess I don't know where that line is.
Unless,
I don't know what age it is. And then even you could be 17 years old, 16 years old, and being molested and it not be consensual sex, right. or because you are a minor, it's not consensual sex, even if you say yes. Yeah, I want to have sex with you, even though you're a 34-year-old man. You're 16 years old. You're not giving consent. Mm-hmm. That's like being intoxicated. You're not giving consent at that young of an age to a grown-ass man. Mm-hmm. Like, again, those lines are blurred because who's to say that 18 is grown or that whatever.
Like that you're mentally
right.
Who's
to say all these things? So, again, I think I'm more disturbed the fact that he said it out loud. Furthermore, so I don't really understand if she knows that she had a choice, because my mom tried to do that to me. Mm-hmm. When I was 14, my mom, I would come home from school and I would go to sleep because, mm-hmm. You waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was the first person on the bus and the last person off the bus. Mm-hmm. And I played sports. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting home late in the afternoon. So when I get home, I'm taking a nap. I'm going to bed. My brothers did as well. My mom would come home and she would only wake me up. Mm. And she started telling my dad, I think she's pregnant, because when she comes home from school, she's always tired. hello, we are blasting people awake with screaming alarms at 5 a.m. to be at school for 8 hours to still not get home for another 2 hours because you got the last stop on the bus and you play sports and everything else. Of course I'm motherfucking tired. I need sleep. Duh. Mm-hmm. And I stayed up late. But my mom started thinking I was pregnant because I was tired all the time. So my mom took me to the doctor for a checkup. And she kind of was saying some coy things that I was like, okay, she's trying to see if I'm pregnant. Like, what is wrong with her? And so I go in for this checkup, and she was like, oh yeah, you're at the age you have to get a pap smear. Mind you, I was 14 years old, so I didn't have to get a pap smear. So when I went in, I was like, they were like, oh yeah, are you sexually active? And my mom wasn't in the room because my mom, they didn't let my mom come in the room. They didn't let her come. Mm-hmm. And so my mom was in the waiting room. So they were like, are you sexually active? I'm like, no. And they were like, oh, okay, do you have any issues that you know of? I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't need a pap smear. Like, they literally were just like, oh, do you smoke? Do you drink? Whatever. Okay, bye. Like, that was all it was to my checkup. That's all it was. They just asked me some questions. I was done. And so when I got out, my mom was like, so, like, how was it? Like, thinking I got a pap smear. I'm like, oh, I didn't get one. She's like, why? And I was like, they said I don't need one until I'm sexually active or until I'm, like, 21. My mom looked pissed because she was like, oh, I know if she says that she got a pap smear, it's because she told him that she was like, so she still was trying to get that information, but they didn't let her come in the room. Asking. So I'm like, I think it's interesting that they even let this grown man come in the room with his daughter. Mm-hmm.
And it might
because my mom wasn't in the room at all. And that was and I know that's her whole purpose of taking me.
And see, when I used to go with my mom, I wanted my mom in there because I would be so scared, and my mom just makes me feel less scared of anything. I don't give a fuck if it's the boogeyman. I'd be like, Ma, come close.
Yeah.
So,
and again, that's a mom too.
Yeah. And so I remember sitting in there. I still remember this to this day, and it was my very first time going. And the lady looks at me, and she's like, "Oh, so are you sexually active?" And I immediately just looked at my mom, and my mom was like,
why are you asking me?
What you looking at me for? And I'm like, oh, I thought she was asking you.
Oh, God.
Because it was so far away from anything that I was doing at the time. And so say that to say, but
are you sexually active?
Right. Like, I'm like, you going to answer the woman? And she looking at me like, are you going to answer the woman? I'm like, who's here for a checkup? I'm confused. So anyway, say that to say.
Actually, I wish I was in there.
Say that to say, but I wanted my mom with me. And again, it's my mom. I just feel like, but either way, either parent can be repressive and overbearing. I personally feel like, i.e. like your story.
Yeah.
But say that to say, to me, I just use people as an example because, again, it's like you're saying, I have all means of respect for the fact that that's not my husband, not my man. I don't know him. I don't have to know him. Great. T.I., do your thing. But just, it's like, I don't want him doing that at all because it just sounded, just by the way he worded it, it sounded so cocky. Like, yeah, I own this child and I'm going to do what I want to. To me, I'm just like, where's the line?
And this is the thing.
I'm grossed
This
out.
is your daughter, but this is not your person. She is her own person.
Yeah.
So to me, that is not your story to tell.
And it's so
stories about your child is not yours to tell.
Yeah.
That's her story to tell if she wants to. If she wants to make an announcement that she's a virgin and she can show us a picture of her hymen, like whatever the fuck,
right,
like
that's
that
business.
would be her business.
And she's 18. That's a grown ass woman according to law.
Okay, she can do pornography at this point.
Yeah. She can smoke cigarettes. She can buy them legally. You know what I mean? She can vote. And her daddy still goes with her and says shit like, give me my results. Like, that it would sound bad regardless, but like, it wouldn't sound so bad if she, and then the fact that she's 18 on top of that, it's just like, it sounds even worse now because I'm like, do you not register that this is a grown-ass woman that you're talking about? And that this is a grown-ass woman who's going to make her own decisions regardless of all this bullshit that you're doing? And apparently there's no such thing.
Daughter, I think she moved out at like 17 and moved in with her football player boyfriend, which, again, I mean, I have no judgment of that, but I think it only was not a problem for him because that's not his biological daughter. Deja is his oldest biological daughter. Mm-hmm. And but he claims them both, but I guess like one is like, okay, your mama probably let you do whatever you want. But this one here, this is my property. Like, this came out of my nuts.
And I bet Zanique looked at that shit and went, oh, thank God, that's not my daddy. Good. Not my daddy, because yeesh. I personally, and let me not even project that on her. If that was my stepdaddy, I would be like, thank God that's not my dad. Because that's disgusting. I was so grossed out. And it ain't even just about.
And like, you could tell the women on the podcast were like he's joking. Like, he's joking. I don't think he was joking.
Yeah. And I think Chrissy Teigen was grossed out because she tweeted like, I didn't think we'd be talking about Hymens and T.I. today. And I was like, yeah, this... Ooh,
especially from a man who so ain't shit to women, like, and
that's what I wanted to say earlier. I forgot about it. I was like, men do not understand, or do people in general just do not understand how hypocritical they're being? Like, sir, didn't you cheat on your wife? And that's
the thing. Like, people be like, oh, players curse. I'm like, your children are not your curses, bitches. Like, Your children are not your curses.
But
they are their own people.
I want kids so bad, but let me mind my business.
I can't. Like, I can't. I don't want to be a parent. And furthermore, don't want to be a parent with anybody else on this planet because y'all is out here being wild.
What?
I'm sure when anybody had a child with T.I., they weren't thinking about them checking their daughter's hymen.
At
like,
18? At that. Every time I think about the fact that she's 18, I just get even more disgusted.
But that goes to show to me that, for like you said earlier, like people, your children don't feel comfortable talking to you in that way, or at least your daughter doesn't. Mm-hmm. At least that daughter doesn't. Because for me, my dad would have never had to ask me nothing like that because he would have respected any decision I did with my body. The only thing that my daddy did for me would be like, okay, you want me, like, you need to go for a doctor's appointment. I'd be like, I don't know how to do it. Literally until I was like 23. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd be like, Dad, I don't know how. Like, my dad would make all my doctor's appointments with me. Or for me, and I'd be like, okay, I want a woman and this and that or whatever. Like, I would tell him what I wanted. He offered me at a young age, not young, but like 16, 17, offered me to get birth control because because for my daddy, that was his way of protecting me. He's like, I don't trust these young men. Mm-hmm. And it's up to you to protect your body. And it's up to me as your dad to help you protect your body because you don't know any better. Because I didn't. I was taught abstinence my whole life. So the most my daddy ever did was say, do you want birth control? Like, I can help you get birth control if you want it. I'm like, oh, you think I have sex? What? But the thing is, I literally could have talked to my dad about anything. And that makes me sad that it feels like if something was happening to your daughter that you feel like she couldn't talk to you. Mm-hmm. And that should be something that you're more concerned with.
Right.
I would want my kids to feel like they could talk to me about anything. Yeah. Not like, oh, I can't talk to her about having sex because I ain't supposed to be having sex. Okay, well, you are. So let's talk about it. Let's make sure that you're safe, you're protected, you're good.
Disgusting. Grossed out.
Enough of T.I. Enough of that. Do you have another month in review?
No, man.
I feel like we've been here forever.
We've been here for like 40 minutes.
God, T.I., that made me very sad. I still love to hear you talk.
I'm good.
And look at
if
you.
I never hear his voice again. I was like,
I understand.
It's like once because it's not that I'm canceling him because again, I never listened to T.I. to begin with. I got maybe one song by T.I. on my phone, and that was from when I used to buy iTunes cards.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so I don't listen to him. But say that to say, like, it's like once you're scarred, I'm scarred. Like with Chris Brown, like when I try to hear his songs now, I just be thinking about the fact that he don't let dark skinned women in his VIP. So it's not that I even choose to cancel him. I just can't do it anymore.
I'm not canceling him. I just think it was very weird.
Same thing with
certainly
T.I.
say that. It's
Everything
fucking weirdos.
I hear from him now, I'm gonna think, wow, he checks his daughter's
And
hymen.
I also think about how many people that I know would be like, oh yeah, I get it. If I had a daughter, other fucking dumbass shit the men say. I'm around dumb men every day, so whatever.
Ready for blank while black?
Blank while black.
I have one for once.
Oh wow, you have one? Okay.
On October 26th in Naperville, Illinois. Let me rephrase that. As of October 26th in Naperville, Illinois, you can no longer be black and eat wings.
Oh, is this the family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So according to Now This, there was a family who I think they had like went out as like a group as a birthday party celebration kind of thing.
I think it was like 18, a party of 18 or something.
Minding their business, eating wings at a local Buffalo Wild Wings. And some racist white man said to the managers that he don't like sitting next to black people while he eats. Black people just tear his stomach up, I suppose, by the look of them. And on multiple occasions.
Okay, but y'all can cook with cats on y'all counters. Okay. God bless.
On multiple occasions, the managers asked the people to relocate because there's a man here who doesn't like to eat next to you guys. You kind of
I said point him out.
And
point him out.
I was just like, so the people did not end up moving though. They were like, nah, we good. And so what I always think about is how easily we can revert back to our like the past. Because like, what if they had gotten up? Like, what if they were like, oh wow, that we're uncomfortable. Like, let's move. Like, you know, like what message would they have sent? Because then how many other managers are going to tell black people at other establishments? And how long before we're entering through the back of the restaurant? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so glad they were like, absolutely the fuck not.
And who the fuck do you think you are? You spend your say you had 6 beers and 10 wings, whatever the fuck. You're a regular, because they said he was a regular. Okay, so your bill is what, $40? This is a party of 18, sis.
Right. And on top of that,
I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. These people want money, okay? I'm black, you white. My money's green, your money's green. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me that to have told anybody to move, of course, you know, period, no. But it's crazy to me that out of the two of them, they were like, oh yeah, let me tell the non-racist people to move. Let me impede on their good time instead of telling him like, oh, well, why don't you move? since you're the one with the problem.
Oh, well, you can move right on out this restaurant.
Yeah, out the whole thing, really.
Because you going to tell me that at Wild Wings, that's what it was. Is it Buffalo Wild Wings or Wild Wings?
Buffalo. Well, actually, is there a difference?
There's a Wild Wing Cafe and there's a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, I think it was Buffalo, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was Buffalo Wild Wings. Either way, you going to tell me at a Buffalo Wild Wings you don't see black people every motherfucking day?
Right.
Black people love Buffalo Wild Wings. Why? I don't know. But y'all love that shit. And you gonna tell me that you ain't never seen a black person before? You ain't never had no black server, no black waiter, no black bartender, no black chefs, no black managers, no black hostesses. Yeah. Where do you fucking think you live that you're not gonna have to see black people? If you don't want to see black people, take your ass to South Dakota. There's only 4 in the whole state.
Or stay home. If you don't like black, and keep the TV off too, because there's some on TV too.
I mean, you know. I'm saying,
it's wild.
Get the fuck out of here. You should have got up, took your wet one, wiped your hands off, and walked the fuck out of that restaurant if that was a problem for you.
Right. But yeah, so I can't remember what they said the disciplinary action was. I'm surprised I didn't write that down actually.
Did they end up firing the managers?
I feel like they did.
I think they fired 2 of the managers because there were 2 on staff that day or something like that. Girl, fuck you. Like, how y'all don't know better? You let these words come out loud out of your mouth. Because they were like, oh, this table was already reserved after they had already sat down and ordered.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, reserve these nuts. I've already ordered. I'm not moving.
Right. That's crazy. But yeah,
people are wild. People are wild.
Yeah. Blank while black people. I'm sorry, because I heard stereotypically that y'all love chicken, but apparently you can't love Buffalo Wild Wings chicken and be black.
Can't do that while black.
Nope.
Something else you can't do while black, and that would be eating in public.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, California. The video starts with this officer grabbing this young man's book bag, not letting go. He's eating his breakfast sandwich. And the officer's like, I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to arrest you. You're breaking the law. He's like, what law am I breaking? Because I'm eating? Is this a joke? He's at like a train station or some sort of public transportation. And he's like, people do this every day. Like, why would you single me out of the 40 people that were standing up here? Several of them eating. You're going to single me out because you're breaking the law. Because you're breaking the law. He's like, I'm going to arrest you. What's your name? He's like, I don't have to give you my name. Yes, you do. You're breaking the law. You need to give me your name, blah, blah, blah. Holding this man's book bag, like clearly like being an aggressor. I guess the guy's girlfriend or friend, whoever is recording it. So there is a law that says basically you can't eat on the public transportation or in specific areas of public transportation. Mind you, this is at 8:00 in the morning where people are trying to get on these trains to get to work. Okay, so I can't eat my breakfast sandwich. Interesting. But of course, everybody is eating their breakfast on this platform. Why did you single me out? Why is that important? So not only can he not eat his breakfast sandwich, and this is a law, but I looked it up, and it basically said that if you were to defecate on yourself because you couldn't help it, that is not against the law. But eating a Dunkin' Donuts sandwich is just where I draw the line. Like, that's what California's law is. So they ended up citing the man. They finally did get his name. The officer got the young man's name and cited him and gave him a ticket or something. I think it's like a $400 fine to be eating breakfast publicly. So then, like, the next couple days, they had eat-ins where everybody and their mama came to this train station and brought their breakfast sandwiches. And a woman was actually handing out breakfast sandwiches to everyone she saw. And I was like, but what's crazy is none of these people are arrested. Yeah. And I mean, a good amount of them were white. And it's just like, okay, that's your quote unquote law, but people can defecate on the trains. I can spread fecal matter and disease on this train, but God forbid I eat near someone. Like, is this a joke? Like, this is 8:00 in the morning. I'm trying to get to work. And wouldn't you like my brain to function?
Right. It's wild, but I think some of these laws, I'd be like, this had to be just something to do to make money because $400 fine.
$400 fine. And I'm like, the sad part is when I was watching the video, I didn't know where it was going. So I'm like, is he going to tackle this man? Is he going to put this man in this illegal chokehold? Is he going to beat this man? Is he going to pepper spray him? Is he going to bash his head into the concrete? Is he going to kill this man over a fucking breakfast sandwich? Because unfortunately, that's what you have to think whenever you're watching these videos because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, he could have been killed over a fucking breakfast sandwich. Yeah. So that was very disturbing. That was my one of my blank wild blacks.
At all you cannot
black. Eat at Buffalo Wild Wings, nor can you have your McDonald's breakfast sandwich, your McGriddle, or nothing like that near nobody's train or bus.
Wow. You got a sounds about what?
I actually have one more blank wild black.
Oh.
And my second blank wild black is about the new Emmett Till sign.
Oh.
The new bulletproof one. So there was a group two very large racist flags that met to protest the new sign. They were making a video. Yep. The League of the South, which is a group of Southern Poverty Law Center, which the Southern Poverty Law Center classifies as an explicitly racist neo-Confederate hate group, met at the sign to yell, "We are here at the Emmett Till Monument that represents the civil rights movements for blacks. What we want to know is, where are all the white people?" while waving around their Confederate and KKK flags. They ended up kind of being ran off because the new sign's feature has surveillance video and alarm system, because unfortunately when a 14-year-old black boy is beaten and abused and murdered and then his killers are exonerated, that's what it's called?
They weren't found guilty?
Oh, they weren't found guilty at all, and then they bragged about it later on in a magazine. Unfortunately, that requires hate groups to come meet at your sign that just marks your memorial. So, yeah, blank while black. Again, as always, please do not be dead while black, because it frightens white people.
That makes me sad that a sign has to have surveillance in it.
Yeah. So there was a surveillance video of the men meeting to make a video protesting the sign. And the Emmett Till Interpretive Center posted a surveillance clip to Facebook, and then they said, "Thank you for reminding us why this work matters." I just thought that was very sad. I'm like, wow, you really can't be dead out here.
That's a shame.
And the men that were out there were holding shotguns and AR semi-automatic rifles.
Of course they were.
Of course they were.
Oh my gosh. Wow. They're going to get more American than that. More
American.
Yeah.
America. Hell yeah. God damn. It just, when you think about the fact that he has family who has to see this shit.
Yeah. That's still alive. Descendants.
Oh my God.
Woo child, woo chile. What a mess. Yeah, we've talked. Excuse me. Sorry, I have to yawn. We've talked about the Emmett Till Memorial on another occasion on this show. You know, I'm a big fan of his mom and him and the story and all that it did to galvanize the civil rights movement. And it just goes to show how far we've come when a memorial sign has to be replaced on several occasions.
On several occasions.
And be bulletproofed and be cameraed.
Surveilled.
Yeah. So
I don't know if that's a word.
I don't think any of that was a word. But that's okay. Y'all know what we mean. So yeah, what a damn shame. Love America. Love America.
Gotta love being from America.
This must be what it looks like to make it great again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good job, guys. Good job. Did you have a Sounds About White?
Yes, I have a Sounds About White.
Okay. Of course you do. I think this is your favorite segment. This is the one I'm always least prepared for. I can't find
Oh, you know what? I said that Kodak Black and Young Thug were the ugliest humans alive, and I forgot about Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, is he not attractive? Like,
what?
for real? I've never seen. I don't go looking up the things that have anything to do with Trump.
He looks
Trump's
like a goat trying to eat some grass on the outside of a chain link fence. Like, his mouth leads. Like, it's like you could use him as like a weed eater or something. So, Donald Trump Jr.
So he looks like a llama?
God, he's hideous. Like, God. I would not want that on top of me. Mm-mm. He has a new book. Because, you know. It's called Triggered, How the Left Thrives on Hate and Wants to Silence Us. Where he defends his dad and takes some jabs at Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Robert Mueller, CNN, liberals, and more. There's an excerpt in the book where Donald Trump Jr. and his ugly ass says, "Oh, and by the way, given all the things my father has been called, particularly a racist, it sure sounds odd that he'd let his son vacation with a black man or hang out with Michael Jackson, doesn't it? If he's a racist, he's sure not very good at it." End quote. So Donald Trump Jr. thinks that his father can't be a racist because he let him play video games with Michael Jackson. To which I say, if your father let you play video games with Michael Jackson, with all of that hubbub, then maybe your father doesn't love you at all. So not only is he a racist, he also doesn't love his children. Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. Sounds about so. Who Who's calling us?
Xavier.
Oh, hey, Darnell.
So when you hear this later and you ask me why I ignored your phone call, it was simply because
No, he's not going to hear this for days. Answer that. Answer it. Let me see.
I'm not answering it.
Let me see.
No. Concentrate. I'll have
you flicked a banana at me last week.
I will have to edit this later, and this is going to be more shit I'm going to have to cut out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was my sounds about white. There was another one.
Had one?
No, I had one more, but it was just about a Florida man, which we all know that they're always doing some shit. But a Florida man in Walmart was trying to have sex with an Olaf doll. What's like an Olaf, that fake snowman from Frozen. He got arrested for trying to have sex with that in a Walmart.
Was he drunk?
He was just white. I don't know if he was drunk. He had to be like high on methamphetamine or something. Like that can't be normal behavior.
Wow. All right. Well,
these are the shits that like you don't have to see the pictures whenever they come up.
I simply have nothing to say. About this. All right. Does that wrap up Sounds About Why?
Well, you are so excited
to
get to Sexpectations.
No, I'm not. Oh, is that next?
Yes.
Oh, I was ready to get the black on black support. But yes, Sexpectations. But I don't know. I just don't have nothing to say about the craziness today. I think it's because I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Okay.
My eyes are heavy.
Yeah, no, Cindy got us in here at early o'clock.
This was all I could do. You won't buy a microphone, so now we're here. Anyway, Sexpectations. My Sexpectation question is, how old were you when you got your first dick pic?
That's how you coming? That's how you coming at me? First dick pic. Probably when I got my camera phone.
Did you hear how fast I said that?
Yes. Probably 14.
Woo! I have no edges.
Whew, I'm just glad we ain't have social media like that, because everybody's news will be on the gram at this point.
Child pornography. You know what's crazy?
I don't know if the men were children though.
Ew.
Yeah. So. I think they were. I can't remember who my first one came from. I don't really enjoy them.
You think that
I've never solicited them.
Yeah, I didn't until the other day. On Instagram.
Yeah, I think my first one, it was probably like a 17-year-old dude. And I was 14.
I mean, that's not illegal, is it?
I don't think. Maybe depending on the state.
Yeah, I feel like North Carolina gives me 18-year vibes. Like you're an adult at 18 in North Carolina.
Yeah, but I think
you're an adult at 16 in
I think
New York,
you can consent to sex at 16 in North Carolina.
Why don't we know this shit?
I don't know.
We know
because you won't know unless you violate a law if you're breaking a law.
Right. And I mean,
because that's not important to teach in school. Right. Laws are not important.
That should be a whole class. Civics?
Yeah, you would think.
Is that called civics and economics?
No.
I feel like that's not what we learned in there, but I feel like it should be called civics.
Because economics also we learned was like supply and demand.
What does civics mean anyway?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, all right.
Oh, somebody's probably gonna tell us.
Hopefully.
But yeah, no, I think around 14 I got my first one probably.
Yeah, they're not good. They're not nice things. Neither of the sex organs are attractive.
No.
Like they're not pretty things, I don't feel like.
No.
And then you would think they would be. Like I think you would think God just would have put your face down there again. Like imagine if you had like a little face.
Oh, if I had a baby Aisha face on my twat?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That'd be pretty.
So yeah, you think.
It's okay. The lips are about the same.
You're horrible.
Woo! Shaking the table. No, I think I got Tiana Taylor lips down there.
It's too early in the morning for this bullshit. I shouldn't ask that
question.
You
asked me.
I didn't ask you what your lips look like.
You just said put my face on my twat.
No, it's not exactly what I said. You're twisting my words.
What the hell is going on this show anymore?
I'm not sure. It's just going left at this point.
So my question was, have you ever sent nudes?
Nope.
No?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever received nudes?
So what's the so if it's a dick pic, it would be just of the penis.
See, this is what I was asking you the other day because I was like, I don't know. I think I've got dick pics. I don't know if I've got too many full body nudes.
Yeah, a nude.
And I was
like,
a nude to me, in my mind, if I was gonna send a nude, I would think if I just sent a picture of my pussy, it would just be like
just that.
It would just be a pussy pic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be a nude, but I think that is classified as a nude.
So like a dick pic is a nude.
I'm gonna ask on a poll today, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is she talking about?" So nobody's gonna know for like days whenever I post this, but whatever.
So I think
I think a dick pic is a nude.
Right, but like the nude is the umbrella in which dick pics go under.
Yeah.
But a nude can also be a full body, like face and all.
Yeah. It could probably be like a nipple for a girl.
Or that too, yeah. That's a nude. But then you got
girl nipples are way more vulgar than boy nipples. Because they don't say like
send me nip pics. Or maybe they do. People say that? Nip pics?
I don't think they say nip pics, but they do want pictures of titties, I think.
Yeah, but so they would say send me a nude if they wanted that picture, right?
Yeah, but if they could also say send me a nude and it could be a picture of a chocolate starfish asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like nudes is more of a wide spectrum of things.
Yeah, it's an umbrella. It's a broad. Yeah.
Yeah, nope. I've never done
all that to say no.
Yeah. Because I believe in revenge porn. Like, I don't believe in it as in I would do it, but I believe, like, everybody's nice when they're getting something from you.
Yeah.
And in the moment, even if it's on some, we just broke up and you angry about it, now you can leak all my shit across the internet. Nope.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that shit.
I'm trying to think.
And I got body issues, too, so that's another reason why I haven't. Just being honest.
I've sent nudes, but only on Snapchat only when it was disappearing, and only when they couldn't screenshot.
Like, I'm learning something new about you today.
Yeah.
Now I know how you do.
Oh,
nudes.
And one time, so when I was in college, I wanted to send this like little sexy nude from my bathroom, and I posted it on my story, and I didn't know because I just pressed send, and then I went around, me cleaning my room or some shit. I don't know what I was doing. Probably getting dressed. I don't know. And then I got a notification, and that's back when I had my notifications actually turned on. So the notification was like, "Oh my God, Aisha." And it was actually from Crystal. My friend Crystal. She was like, "Oh my God, Aisha."
Yo, that's the best thing I ever
was
heard.
Like, what is she saying? Oh my God. I'm trying to think, what did I put on my story today? And as soon as I clicked, I was like, oh my God. I clicked it and I was like, oh, please don't be. And she was like, I don't think this was meant for your story, but they're very nice. And I was like, holy God, no, it wasn't meant for my story. So then I run to my story to go delete it. Oh, this is funny. So I go to my story to go delete it, and I see I don't remember. I think it was 5 or so people had watched it. And I didn't have very many people. I think I've only had up to 100 people on my Snapchat because I didn't give it to everybody. So 5 people had seen it.
I didn't see that.
One of them was Jay White.
He probably still got that shit.
I don't think people could screenshot before.
Oh, okay. I hope not.
Because I remember when I saw that he seen it, I was like, oh, fuck me. Why me, God? Why? So I deleted it. And then next thing I know, somebody else was like, something. So I heard you was posting little nasty videos on your Snapchat. I'm mad I didn't check your Snapchat. I was like, oh, hell no. I was mortified. And not even because I'm embarrassed of my body. I was just mortified because that's obviously not what I meant to do. I wasn't like, here's a teaser, people. Only the first 5 get to see it. When she said, oh my God, Aisha, I wanted to evaporate. I had
a feeling you would. Yeah, see, and it's shit like that also. I just don't want it going to the wrong place.
It went to the wrong place.
I know someone who has an archive of nudes that they have collected over the years. I won't say who. Because I don't want to put their business out.
I don't think I have any news that I've ever actually probably on my old laptop.
But I brought that up to say people hold on to that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be famous one day.
All I'm gonna say right now,
somebody somewhere has pictures of my titties somewhere. From that fucking Snapchat.
But I feel like if you're so you know what's crazy? We were having a conversation the other day. It was me, Malik, and Kalia. And I was like, Malik was talking. Well, actually, I don't want to. It's too late. Well, never mind. We were talking about doing because he was saying there's so much. I don't want to put his idea out there, so I apologize. I hope nobody steals this. But we were talking about women, how we give women all of this body, not praise, but kind of how nowadays what people women are showing their nipples, whether it be in photo shoots. What is that called? Body positivity. But he's like, we don't have that for penises. So somebody should do an installation.
That is not true.
But a lot of art installation on it. Where all dicks matter.
All dicks don't.
But you saw my story and you reposted it. So according to Malik, they do. So say this to say, where was I going with that? Oh, I think it would just be very interesting to have an archive and do an art installation. They're all ugly to me anyway. Like all penises and vaginas, they're both horrible things. I think there should be another face down there. I said that earlier. But I actually would like to see this. I would like to see how he put that together. Hopefully that idea.
Oh, did you? So yesterday I posted and Malik did, because he locked my best friend in the closet somewhere, on her story to please send her dick pics, long, short, tall, fat, skinny, white, black, green, whatever. Maybe not green. Yeah. Yikes. Circumcised and not. Mm-hmm. Did you get any dick pics?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Yeah, Malik was like, people are probably gonna think it's a joke because it was him and not me.
So they might have thought he was gonna be the recipient.
Or they just were like, it's not serious.
So yeah, spam Sydney's DMs.
Latondra was like,
spam her DMs with dick pics.
Latondra was like, did anybody send you one? And I was like, nah. She's like, losers. I was like, I know, right?
I know. I want y'all to know
but I don't like dick pics though. I prefer print pictures over dick pictures personally. Gives you more to the imagination, I feel like. And it's still covered. Like I said, penises are ugly to me, but when they're like wrapped, kind of like a gift.
Yeah, some gray sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants or some undies.
I used to go
not tidy whities.
In high school, I would sit in the basketball gym,
by the way,
and I would like watch guys make jump shots. That was my favorite thing to do in high school because I played basketball, so I got to be in there anyway. Okay, but I'd be sitting on the bench like, yeah, shoot that jumper from 3, yes. See a little something swing forward a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. If y'all not wearing compression shorts in the league, you better fucking start.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what that's for. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Hold their weenies back, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah.
So no, the answer to your question is
please send dick pics to Sydney. They are for her. She will be the recipient. She will love them. One time, Sydney even recognized the dick from my DMs.
Having no context to that story, that doesn't sound right.
It doesn't matter. You recognize the dick.
No, I recognize the person's name.
So I have like
unsolicited.
If I don't know you, you have to like, and you try to DM me, it's only gonna go to requests, and I don't really look at those that often. Mm-hmm. So one day, somebody had responded to something on my story. I don't know, something happened. I went to my requests, long lost land of requests, and there was a picture and a. What did it say? Do you remember what it said?
Didn't it say something like you a queen? Oh, it was something like.
Oh yeah, it was something like radiant Nubian queen. Would love to treat you. You
grew up since high school.
Would love to treat you. Whatever. Yeah, something about high school. I'm like, I don't know this person. Mind you, I went to 3 different high schools, and the one I graduated from, I only went to for 1 year. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really know anybody. Mm-hmm. The picture above this message about radiant queen and I'd love to treat you to the world and blah blah blah. Was a picture that says, this image is blurred. If you'd like to see this image, please tap it. And I already knew what was up because I could tell from the blur part. I'm like, something awry is going on behind that blur.
Oh, yeah, you could tell it was a penis.
Yeah. And so I clicked it, and Sydney was like, hey, I know him. So Sydney recognized dick pics. So if you send them to her, she's going to cherish it. She's going to burn it in her brain.
I know why I brought that up. So I was like, would it be illegal to use like pictures that you have in your archive? Like, let's say I had a dick pic archive in my art installation.
Yes.
But so my question was, would somebody recognize their dick
their wieners
or their vagina?
Yes.
I don't know if I would recognize mine. I don't spend a lot of time looking down there. I don't like vaginas, so I mean, it's getting a little personal. I don't really like staring at mine because I don't like them in general. Like, I think they're very ugly.
I think I started staring at mine when I was like 10.
Okay, yeah, no.
Because I had mirror closet doors. And I used to get 17 magazine, and it would have like little health tips in there. And like one of the things was like, you should know what it looks like so you'll know if anything goes wrong. Kind of like breast exams. And it was like, because they all don't look the same. So it's like, you should know what yours is like. Mm-hmm. And so I would like, bust it open from my mirror closet door and be like, this is interesting. This is what this looks like. Interesting.
Oh, okay, yeah, I never read that article, so I didn't do that. So yeah, I was like, if somebody released a picture of my vagina, like in an art installation, because Khalil was like, do you know how angry I would be if I showed up to an art gallery and my vagina was on the wall and I didn't get permission? I was like, you're right.
Oh yeah, if I didn't get permission, I probably would do that though.
I think that would be cool.
If my face and stuff wasn't in it?
Yeah, just your vagina. I think I'm gonna start doing photography, but I don't necessarily want to do vaginas.
All right, you're gonna start taking pictures of dicks. Got it. Are you gonna do booties too? Or balls? Balls are interesting. They have lots of variation as well.
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge. I can't steal Malik's idea, so no, I can't do it. But Malik, if you need any help, I will come to New York.
She'll come prep your models.
Let me tell you, there's this guy, while we're on tangents kind of, there's a guy on social media, or a woman, I actually don't know who the photographer is, but it's a page of just beautiful black men that they have been doing photography of for years now. I've been following them. They changed their Instagram name. It used to be like Photo something, but they photograph like famous people like Terrence J, and then just like really beautiful male models and stuff. And they'll basically be like half naked though, so they'll be like in towels, but the towels like basically draped off their penis type shit, or they'll be like in suits. And I'm just like, wow, this person, male or female, their job all day is to take pictures of beautiful men all day. Like, can you imagine? I was like, no, that shit is lit. And I was like, even so far, like most of the work I've done has been with black men, like having shot Jay Will and stuff like that. I was like, I'm almost there. Not in that capacity, but you should cool.
ask him now. You should shoot your shot now. Ask him if you can take.
No,
if
stop.
you can make an art installation.
No. That's not where I was going with that. Everyone.
Yes, it was. Shoot your shot, sis.
No, I'm not shooting any more shots. I'm done with that. But anyway, I hate you. This is what Kalia's been waiting on. Kalia was like, I've been waiting on y'all to take Sexpectations there. I've been waiting on y'all to do it.
So one more thing about that. So you said you've never received one.
A nude?
A nude.
I've received dick pics before, and
I just asked you that and you were like, no.
Oh no, I was saying I have never sent one.
Oh, okay, but you've received them.
Yeah.
Have you received a video?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Were these solicited?
I don't remember. I feel like the video,
like you just get surprised with dick pics and videos.
I hate unsolicited dick pics. Please do not send me a dick pic.
I don't want to just be scrolling,
for.
talking about what I'm gonna eat for lunch, and then somebody's standing next to me, and all of a sudden a dick is on my screen.
Yeah, I don't want. Right,
that just happened to somebody the other day, and it was a dude. You know, and he was like, he was looking at his phone. It's a straight dude at that. Well, to my knowledge, he was sitting next to me, and he was like, something. What the fuck? And I look as soon as he says that, and he's Xing out of a screen, but it was a big dick.
Yeah, that's the thing about being on Tumblr.
Who sent it to him, or if it was on his timeline or what. But
that's the thing about being on Tumblr back in the day. You would be minding your business in the library, just scrolling through your page, and now it's a big ass penis on the screen. Yeah. And you're just like,
Jada was talking about Willow's Tumblr back in the day. She was like, yeah, she was like 10, and I went on her Tumblr, and I was like, what the fuck? She's like, Mom, it's Tumblr.
Yeah, but that's how it is. You'll just see vaginas and people having sex, like GIFs, but it's not like that anymore. They got rid of all the nudity and stuff, which is nobody likes Tumblr anymore.
Yeah, gotta have your.
But nudes. I mean, they were
gotta have your daily dose of nudes.
Now those were the best archives of all time. But what were we talking about?
If you asked for those wiener pics.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, if you want to send me an unsolicited anything, it can be a print pic. Those always make me happy. But unsolicited dick pics don't make me happy. What
should they be wearing in their print pics? Towels or certain clothings? Oh, what?
A towel. Do people send towel dick print pics?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of these before.
I have.
It was sent to you? Mm-hmm. Was it professionally taken? No.
It was like a selfie.
Was it nice? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So is it like wrapped around their waist and then they're holding it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but that wasn't what I was thinking. Okay. But no, I've never gotten that. So if anybody wants to surprise me.
So what the ones that you have gotten, what have they been wearing? Have they all been nude? Like
no, they were print pics.
Okay, they were print pics.
And they were dick pics too.
Okay, the ones that were print pics, what were they wearing?
Boxers. I personally, when I am married one day or have my next boyfriend, I'm going to buy him lots and lots of briefs. Boxer briefs?
Yeah, boxer briefs are nice. If you wear actual boxers, then you're disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I can even do boxers, but I hate tidy whities. My dad wears tidy whities.
Tidy whities and boxers it's a no for me, dog. They gotta be the briefs. They gotta be the nice snug shits. They gotta look like compression shorts.
If we are about to have sex and you pull your pants down and you got on tidy whities, just cancel that chick.
Got a little baggy butt back there.
Just cancel that chick. It is not attractive at all. It just reminds me of old men, and I don't want no parts. Like, I just don't. In my head, every time I see my dad,
actually, the bikini style on like old 90s men.
I've never been happy
with that. I'm gonna pull up some pictures because they actually look fire. I wouldn't want somebody to pull down their jeans and see that, but they were nice pictures.
We buy my dad drawers every year for Christmas, and every year we buy him tidy whities, and I think to myself,
why would you do that?
That's what he likes. But I was like, wow, you got my mama out her panties with wearing tidy whities? Like, y'all was fucking and his tidy whities was on the floor?
Ew, gross.
Makes me angry.
I think this is like a throwback thing though. Like, I think older men do that.
It was probably the shit back in the day. Because number one, that was probably the first underwear out. Were probably that shape, and then all of a sudden they started doing. I feel like it went from, if I had to do a progression of underwear, I would assume we started with briefs.
So you haven't gotten any tidy whitey ones?
Tidy whities, no. So I'm thinking we started with tidy whities back in the day. Then we moved on to boxers.
Big ass, baggy ass, extra short ass boxers. I hate boxers.
And then we went to boxer briefs, which is the best thing ever. Like, I feel like that's a new age thing. Justyn, not to call him out, put his business out, but he wears a lot of nice underwear.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all boxer briefs from what I've ever seen.
I think, yeah, because he was walking around the house in them.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should throw out that Justyn is gay.
Why does that matter?
Because, for me, it matters.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. But I think he was walking around in his drawers.
Yeah, but he loves to
and
he showed them to us in the car. He's like, I got these new underwear. Justyn loves underwear, I think. I love Justyn in underwear. Okay. And him in general.
Well, I love Justyn.
Yeah.
He's the greatest.
Yes, and he listens to the podcast, so shout out to Justyn.
Oh, yes, well, you got your draws on the podcast. Hey.
Shout out. We should name this Justyn's Draws.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Oh, well, I was just going to talk about not first one, because I don't remember that.
Your first dick pic situation? You going to continue that story you started telling me the other day?
Yeah. So this goes, me, an innocent, lovely Christian 14-ish year old Aisha. So I was hanging out with my cousin. My cousin is older than me, and we already liked older dudes. And
wait. How do you spell draws?
DRAWS. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I spell.
I feel like there should be a U in there and an H.
Draws. I don't know. We country, so we can just.
We should try to make it French.
Let me tell my story.
Wait. We should try to make it French though. Draw. Like, you know how you say it in France.
I'm about to cut your mic.
How do you say draws in France? No, stop. Okay, I'm done.
So I'm hanging out with my cousin. My cousin says, Aisha, let me see your phone. I was like, for what? She said, I'm about to tell this dude to text me this thing he wanted to text me.
That's what she said?
Yeah. She didn't tell me what it was, but she was like, yeah, he's going to text me something. And I'm like, why you can't text it to you?
This thing he want to text
and she was like, because it's a video and my phone don't show good videos. Because her phone was like gritty as hell. It was Sprint. I always had Verizon. Gang. And I'm like, okay, we just chilling. And then I'm like, oh, you got a text. It's from whatever number you was texting or whatever on my phone. I hand it to her. I'm sitting there like over her shoulder, and I see a jacking off video come on there. And it's like close to the end. So the next thing you know, he's exploding everywhere. I'm like, ew, this is what you wanted? Gross. But, I'm still looking. And she's like, you think this is gross? Mind you, she's older than me. So I'm like, no, yes, no, I don't know. And she's like, I think it's interesting. And keeps watching it. Like watches it on replay like 10 times. So then she like goes to sleep. And I'm up and I'm like, I want to look at this again. So I get my phone back out, and then all night long I'm watching this fucking jacking off video like on a loop. I was like, no, this is interesting, but I ain't gonna tell her that. I'm watching her little nudie tudes all fucking night long about this probably grown ass man. It was a great video. I bet I have it on my old laptop or something. It was a great video in retrospect, but I remember being like, ew, gross, that's so nasty. And then as soon as she went to sleep, I'm like, oh, I'm watching this all night long.
Have you heard the episode of The Read where the man asked his wife to spend like hundreds of dollars on an iPad or some shit?
Yeah, and he had nudes of like his ex. Oh my God.
So, which makes me want to ask, should you have to delete? So if you got nudes on your laptop, should you have to delete those if you're in a new relationship? I mean, it's literally
my old laptop that I haven't turned on. I don't think that's that serious. But
people get upset about the things.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Don't lie about your mama being dead, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. That was awful.
It was horrible.
He going to hell.
Yeah.
Well, God bless.
Long story short, y'all, this man asked his wife for all these hundreds of dollars to fix like a broken iPad, I think, and he only wanted to fix because it had old nudes.
But he told her it was because he had pictures of his dead mama on it.
Yeah, and it was like his ex sucking his dick videos type shit. And
that's different because he's looking for that now. Just because I don't know.
But I feel like it's the same thing as watching porn. Would it not be? Like, I feel like getting like this is, me, I like try to throw everything in a category box. But I feel like that me getting upset about you watching old nudie tooties or whatever you call them from back in the day would be me getting mad about you watching porn. Like, I don't expect you to stop watching porn just because we're in a relationship. I don't think
that's a tricky one because I wouldn't want you just staring at pictures of your naked ex all day. But also, I don't know. Like, I can't think of any time that I've gone back to look at old nudes. I certainly don't have any like new ones. But like from when I was a teenager, like I'm sure there are things on my old laptop or something. But I don't know. I don't look for them. But I'm trying to think if I would care. I probably would care.
I think my nudes are way on like. Remember that phone that used to die on me every day freshman year?
That one you used to leave around and nobody would steal it.
Yeah, that little box phone. I'm sure that phone has some nudes on it. Not a lot, but some. I ain't got none in this phone. Actually,
we need to wrap this up.
What, the nude talk?
Yes. Just talking forever.
All right, let's wrap it up then.
Wrap it up then. All right. So what's up? Wrap it up then.
Black on black support.
Black on black support.
All righty. So you want to go first or me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine is quick.
Okay.
I just wanted to send a shout out for the second year in a row that Howard University has beat Harvard in the great debates.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, that's cool. I remember when they won last year and everybody was geeked about it. So then when I saw this post, I was like, oh, that's cool. That, thinking it was last year. And I'm like, oh my God, it was this year. They did it again. Yeah. So shout out to Howard.
And educating black minds.
Okay.
And being the Mecca.
Okay.
Alrighty. So mine is a little long.
Oh, and also shout out to all black teachers because they are important. We matter. Specifically black girls that have black women teachers and black young boys that have black men teachers. Y'all are the shit. If you're a teacher, pat yourself on the back because God bless.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it for me.
Alrighty, mine is a little long.
Okay.
It is a shout out to, which is probably gonna catch a lot of people by surprise if you know how I normally feel about this young man. It's a shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, and his legacy. So Michael B. Jordan's next film is called Just Mercy. It is an adaptation of a memoir about Bryan Stevenson, written about Bryan Stevenson, who is an activist lawyer. Just in case you do not know who Bryan Stevenson is, he graduated from Harvard Law in 1985. Since 1985, he has been representing capital defendants and death row prisoners. Use that term loosely. These are people who are imprisoned. And since 1989, he's been the executive director of the Equal Justice Initiative, which is a private non-profit law organization that he founded that focuses on social justice reform in the United States. The Equal Justice Initiative litigates on behalf of condemned prisoners, juvenile offenders, people who have been wrongfully convicted, poor people denied representation, and others whose trials are marked by racial bias or prosecutorial misconduct. So the movie centers on his life, which I think is really, really dope. So Michael B. Jordan, what I thought was really cool about him when I was reading this article was that he was saying that like he wants people to leave the theater questioning what is normal. He wants people to be like angry, passionate, sad, inspired, and optimistic about being able to like change the future. And Bryan Stevenson in general talked about trusting Michael B. Jordan to tell this story because of his legacy. Michael B. Jordan has these themes that are very present in his legacy that are this idea that he humanizes those who are misunderstood and he puts a spotlight on inequality. And I thought that was really, really cool. Michael B. Jordan launched a production company in 2016 called the Outlier Society, and he made the inclusion writers a part of his mission. So if you don't know what that is, inclusion writers is a clause to make sure that the cast and the crew meet certain diversity standards. They were in talks of, and I think actually to do a partnership with Warner Brothers, so they now have adapted this entire program like across the Warner Brothers. I think they were trying to do that across the Warner Brothers productions in general, which I thought was really, really cool. And I just was like, they were talking about how Michael B. Jordan he's not in it for the money. He's very selective about who he aligns himself with, and he wanted to be like the biggest so that he could tackle, so he could have a global brand that attacked global issues. And so when you look back at his acting palette, I guess you could call it, he's played in Fruitvale Station, which is a very important and significant role. He's played in Black Panther as a very important and significant character, and now he's about to do Just Mercy, along with other things. But even though I do not think that Michael B. Jordan is a talented actor, I just am not riveted by his performances. I do think that his legacy is something that's really, really dope and something that needs to be talked about. So I will be seeing Just Mercy, y'all, which comes out this year in December, and it stars Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is playing the gentleman with which Bryan Stevenson, the character Michael B. Jordan, will be playing, is like fighting his death row case. So, you know, I love Jamie Foxx. That is a talented actor, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. And I thought it was really, really cool that Michael B. Jordan had done all these things in the background that I didn't know about. And so I'm definitely rooting for him. I want to say that I will go see his films. And it's not terrible, so it's not like I'm sitting there cringing when I'm watching it. But I just be like, oh, I could have saved this $5 normally when I see his things. So I will be seeing The Things, and I'm going to go back and watch other Michael B. Jordan performances and see if I like him any better. But yeah, shout out to Michael B. Jordan for being conscientious of the legacy that he's creating and paying attention to who he aligns himself with and caring about making sure that what is in front of and behind the camera is diverse, and for telling this story because it's an important one. Shout out to Brian Stevenson for representing all these people and getting people off of death row who have been wrongfully convicted. So shout out to him for his work. And I'm happy that they're making a movie about it. So yeah, that was my.
I'm excited. You want to see it together? Oh wait, when does it come out?
December
of this year. Oh yeah, you want to go see it together?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do the thing. We should go see Harriet. You want to go see Harriet together?
Sure. Let's just pay for one ticket, sit through everything. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, Harriet's out now, so we'd have to go.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot. 21 Bridges is coming out where what's homie's name that was in Black Panther? T'Challa.
Oh, Chadwick Boseman.
He's playing a cop, and then there's a movie out right now about this black police officer who saw I think white men kill somebody. The white cops kill somebody, and now she got to figure out what she gonna do. You heard about that movie? And it's got Sis in it from Moonlight. I just basically brought that up to say there's a lot of some great black things out right now. So
well, hey, let's go spend some time in the movie theater.
Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, that wraps up Black on Black support. Mental health check-in, Queen.
Mental health check-in. So this one is about Summer Walker, whom I love.
Oh, I'm excited. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Canceling her tour.
Oh.
So she already announced it as her first and last tour. That was the name of the tour, but also she was very adamant that she would not do another one after this one before she ever even started. Okay. And she's only doing 9 of the 29 cities that she was supposed to do. And she said, let me read the exact quote so I don't get it wrong. She said, I'm not going to be able to finish this tour because it doesn't really coexist with my social anxiety and my introverted personalities. I'm a person, I have feelings, I get tired, I get sad, and it's just a lot. I want to give you all I can, so I'm going to keep making music, and I might do a few shows, but I can't finish. She said she wants to continue being healthy and that all the fans who purchased tickets would be refunded as soon as possible. I hope that you guys understand that wellness and mental health is important. So basically she was saying that she has social anxiety, which can be classified or which can come with fear and depression, but also can result in physiological like expressions like sweating or heart palpitations, just extreme nervousness, has a hard time doing daily activities like meeting new people, shopping, working. Just to give you like a little bit of I guess, definition of what that means for people who don't know. I don't know if she's been medically diagnosed with social anxiety disorder, but just I think people being able to say when they're not feeling right should be enough. She's also been criticized for not giving hugs at like meet and greets and stuff, which she's been like, hey, I'm an empath. Like if I take on your feelings every day, I literally hug you and transfer energy all day long. It will literally kill me. She said that. She's 23 years old, had an extreme like jump and rise to this life of fame, which she's very adamant that I'm not a celebrity, I'm not famous, like this is not like what I want for me. I don't know what her initial goals were, but know that it's okay to change your mind about whatever it is anytime you want to. Like it's okay to say no. It's okay to say something is enough. Like I've had enough. I thought I wanted fame. I can't handle it. It's okay to not be able to handle it. Like you don't know until you're there. And it's not very much easy to say, okay, this is on and off. So definitely respect people when they have disorders like that or they tell you they do. Mm-hmm. And I'm a believer that everything doesn't have to be medically diagnosed. Like if you say you're depressed and you know what depression is, then you're depressed. Like you don't have to bring me doctor's paperwork for me to believe you. Mm-hmm. She posted a video, I think like the day after she made that announcement, she was like dancing around with her boyfriend and had posted on Instagram. And people were like, oh, so you can't finish your tour because you have social anxiety, but you're all on Instagram. I'm like, but she's not in front of a crowd on Instagram. She's literally by herself with her boyfriend on Instagram, somebody who she trusts and feels comfortable with. She shared it on social media, but she doesn't have to go back to social media at all. She doesn't have to check it. She doesn't look at it. She's not in person. You know, it's a different kind of energy. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you must really not know what social anxiety is to say something like that. So it's kind of why I wanted to give a definition that it's just like, you know, extreme nervousness, irrational fear, and just the anxiety about being in public and meeting new people and things like that, which I totally understand. Yeah. I get that way a lot as well. I don't think mine is like super severe, but I definitely do get anxiety if I have to be in a new situation. I don't really like to be around new people. I could literally see anybody who's like a friend but not like my best friend, like in a Walmart unexpectedly, and I will like go run and hide. Like I will purposely go down a different aisle so I don't have to speak to you. And it's not because I don't like you. Like it's not like, oh, I don't like that person so I'm gonna hide. It literally just be like, I don't want to talk to them. Like I don't like, what am I gonna say? Like hey, how you doing? Oh, how's your mom and them? Okay, this is awkward. How do I end this conversation? All right, I gotta go close my refrigerator. Bye. Like I get social anxiety too. So when she said, I'm like, of course, performing on stage for however many people come to her shows, hundreds, thousands, whatever, people do love Summer Walker. She's, had a very big rise to fame. And it's like, she's young. Let her have this time and respect people when they tell you that something is not right with them. Because the thing is, people will just keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. And then when something happens, you hurt yourself, you kill yourself, or you hurt somebody around you. And people are like, what? Where did that come from? She's been telling y'all she's not okay. She's not okay in those situations. She doesn't like performing. She loves making music. That's her passion. If you force her to do something that's out of her passion, she's no longer going to be good at music, to me. Because you can always tell when an artist is uncomfortable, when they're not happy, when they have a bad contract, when they're writing music they don't mean or they don't want to do, or they're whatever. Like, it shows in their artwork. Like, let her artwork be her artwork. And if she doesn't want to tour for you hoes, just be okay with it.
Yeah, me and Malcolm were having a conversation about this yesterday, but I literally now, and I'm really thankful that I've gotten to a place where now I try to see things from both sides. Because like before knowing anything about the whole social anxiety thing, I was literally like, well, that's her decision. That's her life. If she don't want to tour, that's her business. Yeah. On the other side of that, I completely understand people being like, girl, you famous. What you mean you don't want to tour? You're a musician. This is just a part of the life. Yeah. So I get both sides of it. But now that you bring the social anxiety thing into it, like a lot of it to me just comes back to this idea that we really think we own other people. Like we really think that we can tell you what you can and can't do with your body.
Or that celebrities are no longer humans.
Yeah, like that you are going to do this tour because you signed up for this shit. Because I was like, just being famous alone is probably enough to make somebody want to kill themselves. Like I remember.
And to think, if you can't do 29 nights of your own music and miss all of that money in like your first year of fame, basically, then it must be very serious.
And even that, see, to me, 29 sounds like a lot, because that's a lot of, because when I think about Justyn, like I don't know how he was getting around, but like he was here the next day or the day after that he was in Atlanta, then right after that he was in New Orleans, and I'm like, the jet lag, the time changes, the getting up early, the getting off planes, the changes in temperature, like all of that was just like a lot. Then you got to travel with certain people, you got all these sound checks, you got to be here, you got to be there, you got to meet all these people. A lot. And then
outfit
you got to think about
changes and wardrobe and hair and makeup.
We were talking about how we met the baby's security guard, and how I remember like now following him being like, people get mad at me because I get rough, quote unquote, with women, but it's y'all who are getting rough with him. Like I'm just doing my job. Like y'all be grabbing his nuts and this all this crazy stuff. And I was like, yeah, people do not realize how crazy they be acting about and around celebrities. Like,
and to think that all of those people, like as crazy as they be, want to hug you, girl. No, and think about it. If you got a meet and greet, I'm not hugging you because me again, same thing. Summer, like. Empath like a motherfucker. Like I'm not taking your energy. I don't know you like that.
See, and it's not even. I don't even think about the part of it being an energy thing. I just think about people being weirdos. Like I remember meeting Miguel and his security guard being like, "Don't touch him. If he let him initiate that shit." Like he said, it's like the whole group. And I remember like again thinking both sides. I'm like, well, damn, you kind of putting a damper on this. You making me nervous about even meeting him. I was cool till you came out here saying all that shit. And on the other side of that, he's literally saying that because people literally will get attached, be acting like this hug supposed to last forever, kiss and hugging, grabbing his nuts, grabbing her breast or some shit, grabbing her ass.
Because I've seen people do that a lot to different celebrities. Like when they
do
like,
it to Meg Thee Stallion apparently
them,
like, a lot.
Kiss them. If you put your lips on me, I'm calling the police.
Well, I've literally seen Will Smith being on the red carpet and this man kiss him and him literally like slapping him in the face. Like Will Smith slapping the man after he kissed him. Like, what's your problem? Like, why would you do that type shit? So people are weird. People do weird things. So I completely understand you being just not, again, social anxiety aside, which I definitely fully and understand in the context. I'm like, you could take that out and the girl could say she didn't want to tour it. I could be like, I can see why you wouldn't want to. Shit sounds terrible even without you having a disorder.
I don't know how she's done. I think she's done, don't get me wrong, but I think she's done like 3 because I think she posted like 6 more cities or whatever that she's like, I'm gonna do these, but then I'm canceling all the ones after that.
Yeah,
I don't even know how she's gonna finish, especially after making that announcement. Like, and the just annoying shit, people like, oh please, whatever they're gonna say to her that's gonna pull on her, emotionally and mentally. Like I feel for her. I feel for her. And people are so mad at her for being so carefree and staying true to herself, which I will say that's one of my favorite things about her, is that she seems so genuine and so down to earth. Like, yeah, no, I was just cleaning houses like yesterday, and now I get to do music, which I love, and Turns out people love it too, which is dope.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask to be thrown into this life.
But I just don't want to tour. Like, why? Yeah. Again, let's say you got this artist who doesn't want to tour. You tell me this is the only person you a fan of. Go be happy that Jadena is on tour. Go see his shit. This girl says she don't want to tour, meaning just listen to her music and mind your business. Even Beyonce does that in a way. Beyonce is like, y'all are not going to know my personal business, okay? Yeah. I will give you this tour. I will give you this music. Other than that, mind your business. Like, when people be like, let us see your twins. Beyonce said, here's the music. Leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. And I love that. Like, I love it when celebrities are like, I did what I did, and that's all you're getting from me.
There's very few that I feel like can protect themselves in that way. Yeah. And so many of them, all the other ones are like, oh, but I have to do this for this money or for this check or this whatever. And not to say that it's about being materialistic, but it's like, okay, you got to pay your bills. So it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna have to do a lot of things you don't want or you don't have to. But I think that's the point that I'm getting at, is that you can always say no. You can always be like, I no longer am okay with this. And I need help, or I need to take a break, or what have you. Like, we think about the times we feel bad when we got to call into work and call off or say that we're running late or whatever because we had a rough morning or what have you. They don't give a fuck, and they will replace you the second you die. So take time, and if you need a break, call out of work if you need to, or go in later, or, you know, do some things for yourself, or be okay to say no, or say, oh yeah, I'm coming to your birthday party. And then, I mean, as much as I hate flakiness, if you're not feeling up to it the day of, please don't come and bring your negative or sad energy around. Right. If you decide you're not feeling well, or you're not mentally well, especially the type of friend I am, you could easily be like, I'm not having a good mental day. And I'm like, damn, respect. Do you need something? Okay, all right, well, you know, talk to you later. Hope you have a good night. Hope your things get better, what have you. But respect people when they're telling you about their mental problems. Yeah,
and I think when you actually, like, number one, I think when you care about people, and then when you've also read Four Habits of, what is it? What's that book?
Agreements.
4 Agreements, and you realize that nothing is intentional, nothing is being done to hurt you. This is about the other person. Mm-hmm. Like, you could literally, because I get it. Like, if you, like, oh, Aisha is supposed to come, like, we're supposed to hang out today. I'm so excited to be around her and be in her energy. Aisha texts me last minute and says, girl, I can't make it. I just mentally can. Of course, it's like, damn, I really wanted to see you. But it's like, again, but if I care about you as my friend, and not I own you as my friend, then I would go, okay, girl, I'll see you when I see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially if you know a friend to be going through something. And a lot of people are and don't say anything, but I just feel like, especially if you know that that person is dealing with things, you have to be more mindful and respectful, because there's only so many times we can cry, we can make posters, we can do things about celebrities who've killed themselves and, you know, overdosed and, you know, whatever. And it's like, you didn't take time to look at the signs, to recognize them, and to just be like, okay, this person needs space, or this person needs love, this person needs some flowers, this person needs a card, needs some sort of pick-me-up. Like, there's so many little things you could do that could literally change somebody's life. But it's just like, just know that you can say no whenever you want. You can say you've had enough whenever you've had enough. You don't have to keep faking it. You don't have to fake smile if you don't want to. I hate hearing that shit. Oh, like, if I walk by, if I'm having a rough day and somebody's like, oh, you should smile more, I'll be like, bro, can you go to hell? Because please don't tell me to smile. If I'm not smiling, it's because I don't feel like smiling. If I felt like smiling, I would be smiling.
Right.
I have a big ass mouth and a whole hell of a lot of teeth. I got all of them. All the ones that's supposed to be there, they there. So if I wanted to smile, I would be smiling.
Right. I feel that. So shout out to Summer Walker for not letting the fact that she's a brand new celebrity make her do shit that she knows she is not capable of.
I think no matter for a check or nothing. Like, Queen, you are talented. I love your music. I think you are just amazing. And stay true to yourself, especially as long as you possibly can, because I know this world, and that world in particular, will try to change you. So
yeah, I think that we're dealing with a whole new generation of people. Like, this is a generation that be like self-care as fuck. Because I feel like back in the day, people just dealt with that shit. Like, oh, and mind you, think again, even just
or maybe didn't give a reason because they felt ashamed of the reason.
Yeah, like, even just thinking about slavery, like, when you were a slave, I remember literally reading about Frederick Douglass and him saying, like, I was sick as a dog, like, throwing up, fever, whatever the fuck, and my master was still like, you better get your ass out here and pick this cotton. I don't give a fuck if you dying, throwing up dead on the ground. You better be picking cotton while you're dying, type shit. So it's like that could have transcended generations into making us think that, oh, I don't feel very good mentally today, but I still got to go to work because slavery, basically, in a new form, of course. But yeah, it's just wild. So I think that's very dope that we have people now who are literally like, no, I'm taking self-care. That should be a thing. That on top of personal time, vacation time, there should be self-care time, meaning, hey, girl, I can't make it today. And why not? Like, again, I didn't come down here to keep doing shit the way it's been done this whole time. It's time to shake shit up a bit. I think we should start. If you own a business, start giving your people self-care days. And that's independent of their vacation days, independent of personal time, and independent of sick time. So, or add it to sick time. Anyway, just wanted to say that.
SCTO, self-care time off.
Yeah. Absolutely. That should be a thing.
So proud of myself.
And y'all learned it here at the living room first. So make sure you call it the Wadsworth self-care. The Wadsworth Barlow self-care time off. Mm-hmm. Call it that. I didn't have a mental health check-in, but I do have an affirmation now.
Okay, wonderful.
Which is based off of what you just said about Summer Walker. Let's care more about each other, and let's step outside of ourselves and try to be empathetic towards other people in their situations. Even if it's something, again, like as small as you're going to Chipotle and this person is providing you a service, just be extra nice. Because all the assholes they probably had to deal with all day today.
Amen.
Or I remember being in traffic. One day somebody was like driving slow in front of me, and I'm like, of course, you get mad because you late somewhere and somebody driving slow in front of you. And I was like, look at this person minding their business while I'm back here mad at them for minding their business because they don't know I'm in a rush. Like, I just had to go like, damn, girl, what you mad for? They don't know you. They don't know that you late, and it's your fault that you late. How you mad at them for being in quote unquote your way?
Okay.
So like, I just be having moments like that now where I be like, wow, people are really just minding their fucking business, and I'm mad at them for minding their business. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just care about people more, and understand that everybody's going through something, it seems like, and just understand whether you think it's big or small, that to them it might be the end of the world, and just being like, hey girl, I'm just here for you. You can't make it today, that's fine. I love you. I know this is not to be offensive to me. If somebody decided they want bridesmaids in their wedding, realize that it's not about you. It's about them not wanting bridesmaids in their wedding. So stop being offended by shit that ain't got nothing to do with you, which is most likely a lot of things that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
so
definitely one of the 4 agreements is not to take things personal.
And basically, affirmation, read this book called what is it called?
Yeah. Damn it, Cindy.
And I've read
quite
it.
Simple.
I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to say 4 Habits of Highly.
Affirmation is read the 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz.
There you go. I keep wanting to say 4 Habits of Highly Effective People, because 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a book.
But the 4 Agreements is a very good book.
Read it. And it's short.
It's short. It's short and sweet. Easy to read. I think
it will
it's very
change your
helpful,
life.
especially because when you start taking yourself out of situations, be like, should I take this personal? Nah, really. I mean, why would I take this personally?
Yeah.
This person is yelling because they've been conditioned to yell when they don't get their way or when they're upset. Their yelling has nothing to do with me. I didn't make them yell.
Right.
Or I'm not yelling at them, so why are they yelling at me? Okay, but that's because they're conditioned to do that. They're trained to do that. Their life experience has taught them to do that.
And if you're sitting here
stop taking things personally,
thinking about something that happened to you early this morning or tonight or yesterday, whenever you hearing this podcast for the first time, thinking, damn, I really thought this was about me yesterday. Take that as maybe a sign that you might want to read this short book, because it might make your life much more. The whole point of it is to make you to help you have a peaceful existence while you're on this earth. Mm-hmm. It was the book basically says if you agree to these 4 things, then you will have a peaceful, serene ass, tranquil ass life.
Yeah,
and it's
life
pretty
is
true.
So much about how you respond to things, because there's so many things that we give our energy that don't need it or deserve it. Furthermore,
absolutely,
not much in life deserves your energy.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's my affirmation, queen.
Okay, mine is call someone you love.
Mm-hmm.
Send and give your flowers while people are here and they can smell them. Even figuratively, as if that could mean telling somebody they're doing a good job or supporting their business, reposting their talents, whatever it is. Love on people while they're here, because that's going to be part of your legacy, is knowing that if and when, your time is up, that people can say, wow, this person really led with love, and this person was always good to me. This person loved without ceasing, was just a genuinely good person. That was one of the proudest things to hear about my dad, was just that literally everybody had the same story about him, that he was the most loving, non-judgmental, like just the best person. And I think that we should all want that to be our legacy. Lead with love and love on everybody, no matter who they are, no matter where they came from. And if you don't take things personally, then you will. Which I know is hard to do. It's not to say like, oh, that's going to be something easy. Go do it today and you'll be done.
Do it today.
Yeah, it sounds good, but it's like, it's honestly, it's a process. Like to learn to not take things personally. It's a process. But call someone you love, as always. My second one is to claim what's yours. We've talked about writing things down and, manifesting certain things, but it doesn't stop with writing it down. It doesn't stop with the thought of it. Like, you really have to claim it. Like, you have to know that when you want something, you want it and you deserve it. And if you're taking steps toward whatever your goal is, it's going to take steps towards you. But you have to claim it. You have to believe it wholeheartedly. I mean, if you say, I have 24 hours and I need $200 in my bank account. It's important. I deserve it. I'm claiming it. It's mine. Don't get to that 23rd hour and be like, well, the day is almost over. So it's okay, whatever. If you cease, then guess what? Your goals, your manifestations are going to cease as well. You need to believe it into that last hour, to that last minute, to that last second. Believe it wholeheartedly. And even if you get to the 24th hour in 1 second, don't stop. Like, still continue to claim what's yours, and it's going to be there.
Absolutely. Before we wrap this podcast up, I would just like to shout out Malik motherfucking Kashad, who is in the process of possibly boarding a plane, has boarded a plane, is on the way, right flying out of here to New York, has flown out of here and is already in New York. He is on the way. So if you are listening to this podcast in New York, you are welcome for the gift that has been given to you now, that has now landed or is about to land or has going to land. All things. He is out.
It's not fair.
Of here. Malik, we love you. We wish you the best.
The best
in New York City, where what is the city that never sleeps and where dreams are made.
The Big Apple.
The Big Apple. It's the city that never sleeps, though, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But yes, Malik, welcome. Goodbye and welcome at the same time.
We wish you all the success in the world.
So yes, but
because you deserve, so claim that, my brother.
Absolutely. We are thankful to have you guys back here with us in the living room. We love y'all. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Oh, rate us on Apple Podcasts. We got 30 rates.
Do we?
Yeah, which is great. But
wow, we're popping.
Yeah, the more rates though, y'all, the more people will be able to see and access this podcast. I was looking at somebody else's podcast.
I think we have close to 200 listeners.
Oh, nice.
So that means we should have 200 ratings.
That's what I was about to say.
The hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, so y'all, please go rate or tell your friends to rate, pass it on. Please keep posting about it, talking about it, conversing about it. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for taking your time to be here. For all y'all that shout us out.
Yeah, these podcasts are getting long. I think we started with 45 minutes and here we are today 5 hours in. Just kidding. But it's been a long time, so we appreciate y'all for listening. I think it's really dope when people ask us things. Sometimes people ask us to talk about things that we've already talked about. I'm like, I know the episodes are long, but God bless. Go back. And Sydney is amazing. She's the best co-host I could ever have in the world. She writes the descriptions and typically writes the time that each segment starts for Blank While Black or Black on Black Support or Sounds About Why. She typically writes those times. So if there's something in particular you looking for, specifically we get Sexpectation questions a lot. Like people asking us ones that we've already answered. So if you go look at the description, Sydney has laid that out for you.
Except for the last one. I got a little lazy on the last one.
Okay, well that's fine.
I hit him with 2 sentences. I was like, I'm gonna try it the read way. Would it be
here
today?
The read be here. Don't ask us for shit else.
Right. So I was like, let me try it this way, because I was wondering if people actually read them, because I do it for YouTube, but I don't do I was like, I'm gonna try something different on Apple. But anyway, yes, thank y'all again. We love y'all. We love doing this. We love being here, having our best friendship talk. And now that I have said all of those things, Aisha's gonna tell you where you can go.
And I don't know where you can go. You can go to Whole Foods. You can go to Target. You can go to Forever 21 because they're about to close down all the stores and get a good sale.
I need to go there.
Oh, yeah, so do I. So we might go there. Anyways, you got to get the hell out the living room. Peace. First the foodies want to break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody got a problem to solve. My nigga, when I came into this world, I never had a clue that I would be here citing lyrics for y'all. I'm probably late for your call. I'm never charging my phone. My mama called me, she know, so she ain't tripping at all. I get up after the fall. Either way, I'm a ball. Niggas speaking they piece. Either way, I'm a ball. Fuck 'em. My first job, I was up in the mall hustling. Second job, I was mopping them floors, cussing like, fuck this. I'm dropping out and selling drugs. Used to pull up in that cocaine, high the Odyssey with all my niggas smoking out the J in the driver's seat. On my way to privacy. 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 On my way to privacy.